What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Gun Show. This is fun speculation where we talk all about firearms and we like to present them live on stream to you so that way we can get kicked off of YouTube. No, that's not what the show is about. And that's not what happened last week, even though YouTube's humans seem to think that's what we were doing on last week's show. And if you were watching, you know that that's why we got kicked off. Supposedly, their AI detection thought that we had firearms on the screen live while we're streaming. So some have said it could have been because, like, my arms, I may have showed too much of them. Maybe Jasper, after he's been transformed into a space marine, has revealed too much of his real firearms there as well. Yeah, just like that, bro. But yeah, it didn't happen, even though YouTube said, but somehow they still, even though they said that, they let us go live again. They've given us privileges back. So I don't know what's going on, but we are live and we're here. So thanks to everybody that did tune in last week. Sorry about what happened. I hope it doesn't happen again because I don't know what triggered it to happen in the first place, but we'll see if it happens again. I guess I'm gonna have to like change our backdrop or something. I have no idea. But we do have some to catch up on because we didn't get the chance to talk about our big topic last week. And there's also some more stuff to talk about this week. Fuzzy should be on his way soon. He already sent the tidbit stuff, so we'll see Fuzzy here in a little bit. But right now it is me and the celebrity Jasper, who was treated like a superstar this past weekend as he got to attend a exclusive dinner at the Denver Broncos game with politicians, former players, the owners of Walmart. I mean, you could just like go down a whole list of just people that are the biggest people in the world that matter, and they were there to celebrate Jasper alone. I think he was the only one from the military that was there. It was a kind of like a Jasper celebration day. Yeah. I'm just kidding, man. But yeah, dude, it's good to be back. Sorry about what happened last week. But yeah, you had a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was really cool. Got to go behind the stage of the Bronco Stadium, get to go in the tunnel, all that stuff. Met a former player, met some people like Matt was saying, the cheerleaders were there, but most importantly, Miles, the mascot of the Broncos, was also there.
Oh, nice. Did you become best friends?
Yeah, totally. He's just a dude in a horse suit, so he's kind of cool, He doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
He just kind of gives you fist bumps.
Right on. It's just the perfect friend. Just like agrees with everything you say and just gives you fist bumps.
Yeah. But no, that was real cool. Got to go on the field for a little bit. That was awesome. And then I think I might have found my new game of the year just this week. So we'll get into that. I started playing that. Dispatch. We can talk about that when we get to it. But
I'm going to have some questions on that because everybody that had been talking about it. My daughter even had mentioned it, but she's seen like the whole game on streams, I think. So that she's like lost interest in it at this point. But yeah, that's been a big game. And a lot of excitement. That I think they said that they're thinking about doing a season 2 now for that game. Like one game that actually might win Game of the Year. It was made by former Ubisoft developers as well. So You see as everybody had always cried about layoffs and consolidation and all these other kind of things, you see these. Oh, sorry, I got to watch my hands. My hands are on screen. I know they get confused with. All right. The games. I don't even remember what I was fucking saying now. I actually caught my hands on screen as like distracting me. But the games that what the fuck was I talking about, Jasper?
You were saying that there's made by Ubisoft. I think you're going to go Ubisoft can actually make games if they're given the freedom
consolidation
to do that.
And all that kind of stuff, right? So like everybody was upset about consolidation and layoffs, which is rightfully so. But you have all these new studios that are popping up too, right? So that's kind of like something we talked about beforehand as like, remember when the FTC and everybody was like outcrying about all these things and like, oh, there's only going to be a few studios left if everything keeps consolidating. Like, it's not how it works, right? Like, there's always new studios forming, and a lot of the new studios are actually having some of the biggest hit games, including one that I'm super addicted to, which is Arc Raiders. And that's made by Embark, and they've had two games since they've been formed, and they're former Dice developers who used to make Battlefield games and stuff, right? So now they made the finals, they made Arc Raiders, and that's been a huge phenomenon game in and of itself. So I think that overall, with the opportunity that these developers have with technology and stuff to kind of start up and make their own visions and stuff, and it's where we're seeing some of the biggest hits these days, actually, with gaming, as opposed to the long time big publishers. So even though they do have the big games as well, like Battlefield 6 has done crazy numbers and breaking records still with its launch. But overall, yeah, I think gaming industry is still healthy despite all of the bad news over the last couple of years with all the layoffs and stuff. Nobody's talking about the amount of startups and the amount of new game development studios and new publishers that have kind of come on and all this stuff as well, right? So but anyway, is that the only game you've been really into, is Dispatch?
Well, this week it's the only thing I've really had time to do. I've had some long days this week, but yeah.
When you say that, it gets me scared.
Well,
if you have long days at work, is that like bad news for us, like normal citizens?
No. So right now it's fine because I'm not on operations right now.
Okay.
In January, if I say that, then maybe. But
okay. So in January, if Jasper says, "Oh man, it was a crazy long day at work today," I'm like, "Oh my god, what happened?" I've watched some movies now that got me terrified about what you do for work, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, what happened today? How close were we all to dying without me knowing?" I don't know. Jasper knows.
No,
you won't tell anybody.
Nothing like that. We just doing like kind of fake mission planning stuff to get ready for
for the real shit that's gonna happen.
So, yeah.
Right on, dude. Shout out to the chat. Thank you all for being here. You guys rock. Again, sorry about last week's show, but we are back. Shout out to Dizzy Delta. We got Punty here hanging out. Mr. Waffles. Be nice. Poison Maniac, what's up? How's it going? Dark Zone. Let's see who else we got here. We got BT Maverick 707. What's up? He said, was John Elway there?
He was not.
Yeah, I don't know if John Elway. Yeah, I guess Jasper.
But you can find a statue of him at a place called Shields. That's apparently a big thing here in Colorado.
Shields? That's
Shields?
like a sporting goods store.
I think so. Yeah,
we have
they have
one
like a
here.
big statue of him.
At Shields?
Yeah. And there's also a statue of Abraham Lincoln at the same store. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird store.
Yeah, it was like they decided not to put it outside the stadium. Like, hey, we'll put him at the sporting goods store down the street.
Yeah.
So maybe you did meet him because he does kind of look like a horse. So maybe you got him confused with Miles. And John Elway's just going around fist bumping. So, Mr. Waffle, shout out to you. I already said that, but hi again. Oh, there's my beautiful wife, Caitlin, with the nice pink shiny turd in the chat. What's up, baby? Love you. So, shout out to Portal Player. How's it going? Yeah, so we can kind of start, I guess, with the... today there was a Xbox partner preview. Didn't co-stream it because usually these things are kind of like, like it's not like huge announcements at these things, and but like they made a point to mention, the everything at the show was Xbox Play Anywhere, and so that means that any of the games that were at this partner preview show today from third-party partners, this isn't like a big first-party show or anything like that, will be like, if you buy it, it's available on Xbox and PC, cloud gaming, all of the above, for wherever you want to access your games, which is honestly my favorite way to buy games. If something is Xbox Play Anywhere, it's my like go to. Like it takes the decision away from me about having to buy a game for PC or console because I play in both places. And I think some of the big publishers and some of the bigger games, I have to make those decisions sometimes, like Battlefield or like Borderlands, stuff like that. It's like, do I buy it on PC? Do I buy it on console? Because I'm more so than ever, because if I'm sitting here hanging out in this room, I'm playing on PC more, and I'm playing on console like in the bedroom more so. So it's kind of like I want both, right? And and sometimes I end up having to double dip because of that, and I don't want to have to double dip on games. So if it's something as Xbox Play Anywhere, that's just automatically like, hey, I don't need to worry about Steam. Like I just automatically buy it on Xbox, and I'll be able to play the game wherever. And that's kind of my favorite thing about the library, and I'm liking that there are more and more games adding to that. But there's also kind of a caveat to this that I want to get into later when we talk about the Steam machine, because that's going to be a topic this week as well, since we didn't have a chance to talk about it last week. But yeah, let's just get into the games that were shown at the partner preview. Like, there's nothing really big there. I would say, I kind of have a breakdown of the games that were shown. Now, there was some that just launched today from this show. Think, we have a 3-bit sighting. Oh my goodness, it's a unicorn.
Hello.
Hey, 3-bit. We're about to get into the preview, but we'll say hello to you first, man. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Nothing
My
much.
computer is dead.
Is it actually like dead?
Pretty much.
Ooh.
Like I'm sure I could maybe get it repaired, maybe. But right now it's dead.
What do you know? Do you know what's wrong with it?
It just won't, like, I'll go and I'll get a blue screen of death sometimes, and sometimes it'll go through, and it just won't open up any program. So like, I don't know what's wrong with it.
Have you tried reinstalling Windows?
I think that's what I'm gonna do next. Kind of scared to do that because I have a lot of stuff on there.
There is a way that you can reinstall Windows and keep your files. That's like the first way I would do that. And if that doesn't work, then you have to just reinstall Windows altogether. But
okay, yeah, I guess there is an option like when you're reinstalling Windows to keep your stuff. I'm just scared to try it right now, but that'll probably be the next step. But what's up? What's up, guys? What's good?
Hey, it's good to see you, man. You were gonna have a show this weekend, but I guess because your PC thing, you weren't able to do it. But what have you been playing?
Yeah. I've been playing Hades 1.
The first one.
Yeah. I've been trying to beat it. I don't want to go to. I bought the second one, but like, I can't say the second till I beat the first. It doesn't feel right. So, I've been playing that. I've been playing Call of Duty, Black Ops 7.
that reminds me, I need to talk about Call of Duty.
Yeah. So I've been playing that. I got things to say about that. We'll wait. And then I think I played a bit of Skate this week, but I've been pretty busy. It was only a little bit.
You played?
So yeah, that's about it.
What game was it?
Skate.
Oh, Skate. Okay. Yeah. Right on, man.
Yeah.
I've been like heavy into Arc Raiders, a little bit of Madden, Supermarket Simulator. It's pretty much been my gaming life for the last couple weeks.
Forget about that. Yeah, that game's good.
Which one?
Supermarket.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right on.
So Call of Duty last week before the show crashed, I was like, oh, I'm excited to try it out because the first 2 cutscenes were cool.
Yeah.
Man, was I wrong. This game is the biggest piece of dog shit.
Not the campaign.
The campaign is terrible. It's might be one of the worst campaigns of all time of any game ever. It is so bad.
That's I mean, I haven't played it yet, so I can't say. But that's like, there's some really bad games out there, Jasper. So I just want to make sure,
Here's the
like,
thing. I know.
I did not misspeak. What I just said is the way I feel about it. I was like, well, maybe it's just the first mission. So then I started the second mission, and I played 5 minutes. I'm like, no, it wasn't just the first mission. This game is terrible. Just campaign-wise, zombies is still bottom-tier zombies. I think it's probably not the best zombies that they've had, but it's playable. It's just kind of whatever. And then the multiplayer, I was just gonna play Battlefield multiplayer. I didn't give that a shot. So, but the campaign it might be one of the worst games ever.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can attest to Jasper. Like, I was playing it, I was like, oh gosh, what is this? Maybe it'll get better, but I kind of agree with Jasper. It was pretty bad, just from what I briefly played. But it could get better. I'm hopeful.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna try.
I've only played. It's so weird because usually when a Call of Duty comes out, it's like we all kind of get together and play a little bit and like the multiplayer and all this other kind of stuff. But like, it didn't happen this year. I don't think anybody actually from our group actually really gives two shits about this year's COD. And I think honestly, like it's kind of that's kind of what the community's feelings are towards this year's COD. I do again think like it would have been better as like some kind of like expansion kind of thing to Black Ops 6, and like there would be like way less expectation over what this is. But to sell something at $70 that is the next iteration of Black Ops with Black Ops 7 is just a huge mistake. They did the same thing in Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. So I don't know what's gonna happen next Call of Duty. I mean they've been kind of riding this wave of like this like up and down, like, hey, big year, bad year, big year, bad year, you know. But then the games still sell like crazy, you know. But then the next big one they get a lot of hype again. The multiplayer I played just felt like COD, but it was kind of that the old Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, kind of like Black Opsy, like futuristic stuff that I haven't really liked in the past. So those were kind of some of my least favorite Call of Duties before. So this one, like I tried some of the multiplayer and I'm like, you know, like it's fine. Like it plays well. The multiplayer does, you know, like it has a lot of maps, has a lot of content there. You know, there's some interesting modes and stuff, but it's just like there's no excitement for me when there's so many other more exciting multiplayer games right now to play. You know, if this was like the only thing I had to play, I could play it and get into it probably and have a good time. But for me, it's like, why? You know, I'm not gonna play it just because I have access to it. You know, so
that's why I played. I was like, okay, might as well. But
yeah.
the thing is,
I was like, might as well try it out, and then I'm like, nah,
it'll be something that we just like occasionally be like, hey, I got like 20 minutes and I don't feel like doing anything else or doing it, so I'll run a multiplayer match of Call of Duty. That's probably what Black Ops 7 will be for me. Kate
but
hasn't even tried it yet, and
thing.
She's usually more into it than I am, like with Call of Duty. Like I don't know why she hasn't been as excited for it.
The last Call, I love the last one, Black Ops 7 or 6. Yeah, 6 was great. I freaking love the campaign for 6.
Yeah.
This one just felt a lot different because for one, it's like the fact that the campaign is like very online heavy, I guess, kind of changed things for me.
You could just tell because it's an always online campaign designed to be played in multiplayer. The way the enemy design is just makes it feel like a game from like 1995.
It threw me off, like the story and stuff. Like I don't know, it just again maybe it could get. I don't like to prejudge, but like I played the first mission and I was starting the second mission. I don't want to spoil too much for those who haven't played, but
I just hate all the fucking trippy drug shit that Black Ops has been doing.
So what if
Like,
what if this is though, Jasper? What if like they said, oh, $30, like zombie campaign multiplayer co-op thing with 18 new maps and like new zombies experience, and it's like Black Ops Nightmare or some bullshit like that, and it's like it's sold as an expansion as opposed to Black Ops 7, right? Would you think that it could be perceived differently from the community as something different than the next Call of Duty,
I do think it would be perceived different, but at the same time, you can just tell by the way that the level design is for the campaign, the level design is for the zombies, that this is a different team in a different style of game compared to Black Ops 6, where the campaign was more of a linear experience that's like designed for solo. It's like big cinematic action pieces, and the zombies were more of a compact level. Whereas this is just like kind of more zombies is a little more open worldy, but still closed off. It's not as like open world as like Modern Warfare, but it's just a different kind of zombie experience. And the campaign, you can just tell the second you start the campaign, it just has a completely different feel than any other Call of Duty because of that online aspect and the way the enemies are designed within it. And it's just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's kind of weird, but I mean, it surprised me playing it. I was like, usually I love Call of Duty campaign, so and I don't know, like maybe later on it gets better, but the first two missions are just this is a bad opener, at least for me.
yeah.
And from everything I've seen, it doesn't get better, but I'm not going to give it a shot.
I'm more interested actually to try the campaign now just because of how much you're shitting on it. Like, I got to experience that. Like, it's free to say it's like the worst campaign of all time, or so. Like, I got to just see. Are you smoking crack, or is this actually that bad? Like, I gotta go see. So we'll find out.
I mean, it's bad for Call of Duty because I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like Call of Duty campaigns, so it's like I could not play the multiplayer or whatever. I'm a campaign guy, so even with like, I was glad that Battlefield and stuff is getting campaign and stuff again. Like I usually play the campaign first before jumping into multiplayer, so that's like my experience before I jump into the multiplayer. I'll at least touch the campaign a little bit, and it was just to explain. I want Matt to play it just so he kind of sees where we're maybe coming from. But who knows? Who knows? If you play it with a squad, you might really. It might be a lot more fun with people. That's I guess that's every game. It's a lot more fun with people.
Yeah. Like, for many people, like World at War, or is that the third? Is that the one that was right after Modern Warfare, for Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
World at War.
World at War, yeah. Because that was like the World War II one, and it kind of had some like interesting twist to it, and it was like built around co-op and stuff. But like that ended up becoming like a fan favorite, So they can do like a multiplayer focused campaign, and it becoming like a thought of as a great thing. I guess they just didn't nail it on this one. So I'll try it and just see. I'm not gonna promise to spend too much time with it because I got other games I want to play that I'm still putting on the back burner that I'd much rather play than that campaign. But yeah, futuristic CODs just ain't for me so much, and like the whole zombies thing with it just kind of doesn't seem right with me. Like I said too, if they had sold it as like an expansion-y kind of thing, like a fun twist thing for like less money, then maybe that would be interesting, like for some, as just like a fun, like kind of, hey, this is it, a fun thing they're doing right in between Call of Duty years. But that's not what it is. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 7, all right, so let's get into the partner preview. Jasper did not watch it. Oh, you forgot we were live?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jasper did
Hello,
not
people.
watch. Yeah. You just thought we were just in here chit-chatting?
Yeah.
No, right on. Yeah. This is usually when we go live is on Thursdays at the 8 Eastern, man.
I was like,
But
hey, you guys are chilling in the podcast room. Like,
yeah,
what?
no,
Hey.
hey, no, we're live, man. But like, it's good to have you here.
Yeah, it makes sense. Hey, guys.
um, yeah, 3-bit thought we were just here just shooting the shit. Yeah, a typical 3-bit. While he's playing Hades 1 instead of Hades 2. Um, but yeah, we had the partner preview. Jasper didn't care to watch it, which I don't blame him. 3-bit, I think you said you were gonna watch it. I saw you post something on the Discord that you're like, hey, I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, I just started right before I jumped in here.
Okay.
So I
Right
don't
on.
have any points yet.
Well, I did watch it. It's like the partner preview is not usually like, hey, this is the most exciting thing to look forward to, right? Like the big summer game show, the dev directs, other big showcases where they could announce things and stuff like that. They have like these indie showcases. They have the partner preview showcases and stuff. But like I was talking about with the Play Anywhere stuff, every game at this is Play Anywhere, and some of them are in Game Pass, and also some of them came out today. So there is some cool things in there for different kinds of gamers. It was a little heavy on the same kind of games again for me. Like I feel like every showcase I watch now, there's like 5 roguelikes, like 5 Souls likes, and then there's a couple things sprinkled in. So that's just what gaming is right now because of the trends of the successes of those genres, which it makes sense. And we have gems come out from those, but like it kind of takes away. Like I don't get as excited when I see them anymore because there's just so many. You know what I mean? It's like fantasy or medievally action hack and slash, Souls like elements, or some interesting new take on a rogue like thing, you know. You got your deck builders, you got your slot machine thing, you got all these different kinds of things. Hey, we're taking the roguelike mechanics and put it in this, and it's like what we see with a lot these days. But there's still some cool stuff in there, and I'm sure some of those games are going to be fantastic. It just doesn't go well for like a showcase for me. 007 First Light was shown again. That's a big one. That is cool that game is Play Anywhere. Again, like that's one I'm gonna buy.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna buy. So that takes a decision away for me on where to buy it. Do you have any hype for the new 007 game, Jasper?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in it. I kind of just want to see more of how it's going to actually play and kind of the way they're going to do it because I'm not the biggest fan of the Hitman games, so I feel like they're kind of too slow for me. So that's why I'm kind of like waiting to see a little bit more of how they're going to have the James Bond game kind of gameplay wise and set up. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, right on. Oh, hold on. What, baby? No, it wasn't. And then we had a game like this was like a Souls-likey game called Armidas. That was
Yeah, I was just
shown.
looking this up. Apparently, that's by the same people that made Godfall.
Okay,
Oh yeah, that was my game of the year. Let's go.
Godfall was.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Which one was Which one was Godfall? Was that
It was
the 2K game?
Yeah. It actually wasn't
Yeah, I
too
believe
bad
so.
when I played it, but
I
I like
played
to
it
make
when it
fun of it.
came to Xbox, but that was the game that was like promoted as like this is only possible on PS5 too, right? And
Yeah.
like Randy Pitchford was all over trying to sell it as like a PS5 exclusive and stuff, and nobody gave a shit about it and didn't buy it. And when it came to Xbox, we tried it because I think it was in Game Pass or it was like really cheap.
No, I think
can't
you all
remember.
when it came out, it was like $5 for every like game in the DLC or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was like something
it was
about
good.
it. I played it with Pong and Steel, I think. And we played quite a bit of it,
Yeah.
and it was fine. Like it was a fun game, but it wasn't a lot of depth to it. It was kind of like something you can run through pretty quick, and just kind of be done.
And that's kind of
with.
what I was getting from that trailer that I just watched for that game.
Right on. I thought it looked pretty.
It looked
like,
cool, but
it looks like it could be solid. It is Play Anywhere too, so if I do decide to give it a go at some point, I'll be able to play wherever I want. Again, here, so we got Clover Pit, which is a roguelite slot machine thing. That was there. It's kind of got some like demon-esque elements to the slot machine or something. Don't really understand a lot about it, but that one's there, and that one came out today on the Xbox Play Anywhere. This one I thought actually looked really good. This one was Crow Sworn. So this was a kind of it's a platformer action game, lots of jumping around, hacking and slashing. You kind of play as like it looked like a plague doctor, I thought at first, but I guess it's a human crow guy or whatever. He's got like a crow face, but kind of hack and slash action platforming game. I thought the graphics on it were really pretty. And if you guys end up seeing that one, let me know what you think at some point. But it is a Metroidvania as well, which I like Metroidvania games. So
I do too.
Yeah, this one looked like maybe up your alley, 3-bit. So you may want to check it out.
What was it called?
Crow Sworn.
Oh, Sworn. Okay. I'm watching the preview now as you're talking.
Yeah, the
I'm trying to
combat
check it
looks really solid in this one, but it does look a little. It looks like it may be a little difficult for me. We'll see. Like the speed of the gameplay is pretty up there. I'm very chill and relaxed now. Like Supermarket Simulator is my speed.
You made like that alien game that's coming, Roadside Assistance, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, I showed that to Kate, and it has aliens. It's like a gas station simulator with aliens or something. Yeah. It looked like it could be good, but I don't know about the
I played the
story.
I played the demo of that with a couple of friends for like 2 hours or so until we finished it. It was just kind of one of those simulator-y games, so it is what it is.
Right on.
They all kind of play the same.
Hey, Dead Cells. Like either one of you?
Yeah, I like
No.
Dead Cells. Yeah.
Okay. So you like some challenging type side-scrolling games?
Yeah, they gotta like I don't know like what it is about certain ones that I like and I don't like. It's like I can't put my finger on it, you know. Like I liked Hollow Knight somewhat, but then if you step away from it too long and just come back to it, it's really hard to pick up because you don't remember where you are, what you've discovered. I mean, unless you have a journal that you kept notes on or like you have a great memory. So and I kind of graze games, so that's was my problem with Hollow Knight. I love the gameplay on it and stuff. But like Dead Cells is cool because like you can just kind of pick up and run, make a run and see how far you can get.
Know where to go and stuff.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different each time, so you're not really like, feeling like I feel like you have a good sense of progression, but like, and you can get really into it for short bursts or for even maybe a few days or something, and then leave it, and then like a few months later pick it back up. Right, and it also plays well on like I played Dead Cells quite a bit on like Backbone on my phone too with Cloud. It just plays well everywhere, right? On any kind of device and stuff. I like Hades also. I got like to the last part on Hades, and then I died.
Really?
Yeah,
I keep dying.
I died at the end, and then I was like, "Fuck!" and then I couldn't get back for a while, you know. So it was you got to have a little bit of luck with what you're picking up on your run, you know, and you got to continuously get better. But for me, it's about like what you're picking up, and if you play for like extended period of time, then your skills will improve enough to, you know, get good enough to do it. But after that, and after I had unsuccessful runs the next couple times, it's when I kind of dropped it and didn't go back to it. Right.
Yeah, the one thing I need in a game like Hades, is like there are certain doors that you go through and they mean different things, like the pomegranate and some other stuff. And like as you play, it starts to make sense, but there's no like, to my knowledge, I've been playing it for a minute. There's no like tutorial like, oh, this door does this or this door does it. Like over time you kind of get it, but sometimes I forget after playing for a while. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what does this door mean again? You look up like a guide online or something. That's really my only complaint. But I love Hades. I love Dead Cells and those type of games, like
Yeah.
side-scrolling type games. Like I think the one reason why it's hard for me to get into Hollow Knight is because of like how it's I don't know where to go sometimes, and I get lost, and
Yeah.
then that discourages me.
Yeah, and like
That's really
you learn it like as you're playing, but like you gotta like keep playing. You know what I mean? Like if you step away, like I said, and then it'll all look fresh to you again, and it's like, oh fuck, I don't know what I've done. I don't know where I've been. I don't remember anything. You know, I the Sousa asked, did I finish Ori and the Blind Forest? Yeah, I didn't think that one was that hard, honestly. Like I had a lot of fun with Ori and the Blind Forest. I got kind of bored with Will of the Wisp. I think I struggled a little bit only with Will of the Wisp, figuring out where to go more so than the Blind Forest for some reason.
yeah, same.
But both of them gameplay wise are really good. I like both games. It's just the Blind Forest kept my attention better, but I didn't find it very difficult.
That wasn't
Um,
difficult. I got lost a lot more on the Will-O-Wisp is the second one, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
second one I got lost quite a bit, or I can't remember. It's been a minute. I'm pretty sure I got stuck in that game, like screw this, and then I started playing something else. The first game I completed. I didn't have that problem with the first one as much.
Yeah, I think the first one is easier, like to figure that stuff out than the second one. Maybe it's because of the scope is a little bit bigger on the second one. I'm not sure. But yeah, I like those kind of games too. One of my favorite games actually in the Metroidvania games was on the 360. It's called Shadow Complex. I loved Shadow Complex.
Forgot about that
That
game.
was an awesome game, man. So, but yeah, it just depends on the game, man. I can't specifically point to what it is, but some of those games will like just capture me, and I'll be like super sucked in for like a week or something, and then some of them I'll like play and be like, yeah, I'll have fun with it for like 15 minutes, and then I'll just never touch it again. You know.
You
So
be inside?
yes,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
'Cause that's like one of the best.
yeah, but that one's not that. That's not. I wouldn't say
That
that's
doesn't really
like.
count as
Yeah,
much.
it's not the same genre because you're not really like it's not action. You're just kind of like walking and hiding, like
Yeah, true.
walking, hiding, moving an object. You know. Um. All right. Dave the Diver. Plus in the Jungle DLC. Dave the Diver. I think it launch today. For Xbox and Xbox Anywhere. So that's a big one for that crowd. Dave the Diver is a very popular indie game. I remember, wasn't it like nominated for best indie game a couple years ago at the Game Awards?
Yeah, I think so.
And actually, they were like,
Not an indie
"We're
game.
not a," and they were like, "We're not an indie game." Now, in my mind, it's always like an indie game because it was nominated.
Or no, they were nominated for an indie game, but it was funded by
Yeah, it's a big Kepler, I think, or something, or
yeah, it had like a big publisher behind it, so people were like, it's not an indie game.
I think even the devs themselves were like, "We're not,
Yeah.
indie or something," and so that kind of like, they kind of like spat in the face of Keeley. Then we got a sequel to a popular Xbox game, Echo Generation 2. So um, this was a Xbox. I think it was a Game Pass. I can't remember if the Echo Generation was in Game Pass or not when it originally came out, but it was a pretty popular indie game that had launched on Xbox Marketplace, like this generation, early on this generation, and now we got Echo Generation 2. So that was a sequel, and it looks like they stepped some things up here because it looked pretty solid. That one's supposed to be, I think, next year. We'll see. There was another game that looked trippy called Erosion. It's like a Wild West, like all over the place kind of indie game. Voxel style. Like I said, there's some cool stuff here. Mostly like these kind of things, as at the show. But we did have Hitman show Eminem content for Hitman. If everybody was excited to see that.
I did see that.
I thought that when I first saw it, it was a Fortnite skin, but I don't know. I was like, oh, he's just coming to Fortnite, but it's for Hitman.
Yeah. Sousa asked,
So it's
did I
like
like Explosion
Eminem.
Man? Yeah, so I liked Explosion Man and Miss Explosion Man. Both.
I see, like Total Chaos looks freaking dope as I'm looking at it. But is it like Eminem is hiring you to kill some shady? And that's like one of the Hitman missions,
I think so.
I guess.
Because it says
Like that's the plot.
it says Eminem versus Slim Shady is one of the elusive targets. Play for
Yeah.
free coming December 1st. So you'll
That's
be
so
able
funny.
to track down his alter ego and take him out. Then we got the Mound Omen of, how do you say, is it Cthulhu?
Cthulhu?
Cthulhu? There's not an A in between the C and the T, so I've always struggled in how to pronounce that. Cthulhu. Okay. The
Cthulhu.
Mound Omen of Cthulhu. A team of explorers adventures deep into an unwelcoming land in this upcoming co-op horror game. So it's kind of like a co-op shooter-y horror game. Yeah, it's got like the whole Lovecraft stuff going on with it. Yeah, it looked okay. I don't know. It didn't really get me excited, but I'm sure that there's people out there that thought it looked really good.
My
Did you?
videos get into it. It's finishing up Total Chaos, which looks dope.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else was there? Raji Kali Yuga, which is a sequel, follow-up game. There wasn't any gameplay of this one, I don't think. But this one was the first Raji actually was pretty good. So if you played the first one, then you might be looking forward to this one. Then we got Reanimal from the makers of Little Nightmares. It's a horror co-op game again. It's like, this is the kind of shit I'm saying though. Like, you see the trend, like there's so many like co-op horror, roguelikes, action platformers, Souls likes, and it's like every fucking showcase is like these same genre is just full of them, man. And that's fine because that's what's popular right now. It's just like doesn't get me excited because some of them seem so samey, but the Reanimal does look really good. So they showed quite a bit of gameplay of Reanimal. It's coming February 2026, and the best place to buy it will be Xbox because it's Play Anywhere. Roadside
Research.
Research.
Did that interest you?
I mean, only because I'm into Supermarket Simulator, and they had like boxes of produce in the trailer, and I was like, oh, that looks like Supermarket Simulator. But like, I don't know if I would like playing Supermarket Simulator if it was about an alien invasion.
No, that doesn't add a little spice.
No,
little
I mean,
pepper?
the way this game works is so you're running a gas station, but you're trying not to be like suspicious. So like you're trying, like eventually you unlock cameras and you got to start taking photos of certain people to like collect samples. You pick up the trash and like put it in a DNA analyzer to get skill points, and like you do more stuff to start like basically collecting stuff off people. And if you become suspicious, eventually like the FBI will come into your gas station, kind of walk around a little bit, so you have to like not be sus and just kind of work the gas station a little bit more.
right. I mean, it could be
Reminds
fun.
me
It's
of
something
Coffee Talk.
something I would like to try. It's co-op. The graphics were pretty good for this kind of game. It looked like, so um, yeah, it's something that's interesting. It is in Game Pass also, so I won't have to like even think about it if I'm I was just like, hey, I'll just try it, right? And if I don't like it, I don't like it. It is what it is. Now this next trailer was gorgeous. And this is Tides of Annihilation. This was probably the best looking, but it was a very long, like cinematic-esque trailer that they had there. The fantasy action adventure title. Kind of looked Final Fantasy-ish. Looked very
Oh,
Final
that's actually
Fantasy-ish.
playing right now. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked the trailer. It was very beautiful, but I don't know what the actual game's going to be like right now. So, but that one, it says stay tuned for release. We don't know anything about the release window for that. Total Chaos, survival horror
That
game.
looks up my alley.
Yeah. Into
Yeah, this
Total
looks
Chaos.
interesting. Yeah. You sound disappointed, or you look disappointed.
No, it's just like there's lots of horror games, man. Like
Yeah, so
there's
you are
so many horror
disappointed.
games getting announced all the time, and I'm just not super into them. That's all.
Okay. Well, what was your? Did you like Outlast? Was that your? Do you like Resident Evil? Like, what was the last horror game you played?
Probably Resident Evil Village.
Okay.
And I love that one, but it's more actiony. It's not as like,
Yeah, it is.
like
It has some moments though.
Resident Evil 7 I had a harder time with.
That
Resident Evil
game freaked me out.
Village was more up my alley, right? Like I liked Resident Evil 5. I liked the original Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 was dog shit. It was the worst Resident Evil
We don't
ever.
talk about 6.
Yeah. 7 was where they just completely changed into a different game, kind of, and I was like,
Freaks me out.
yeah, it was too like immersive, so that one I had a hard time with. 8 was more actiony, so I didn't have as much problem with that. You had a gun the whole time.
I don't remember 8 for some reason. Was that the one with all of them, or am I thinking of like it was like
Village, Resident Evil
you
Village
could play
8.
multiple characters and there was very actiony Michael Bay, or was that 6? I might be thinking of 6.
6 is like on the like boat or whatever. It's like on like or oil rig. I can't remember where 6 takes place, but it's like you're in the big like
6 was the
structure.
last one in the, I guess, old style of Resident
Yeah.
Evil before they went to like the more like first person-y kind of horror. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 8,
Dang,
you have a
what
lot
was
more
it? Yeah.
weapons and stuff than in 7. 7, you're just pretty much playing like hide. 8.
I still haven't beaten 7 because it literally would freak me out. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, Total Chaos looked good though, man. I'm happy for anybody that loves these games. No. Did you watch the partner preview, Fuzzy? And welcome to the show, Fuzz. What's up, man?
Buzz.
Back from feeding his cats.
Yes, I watched. No, I had a lot of other stuff behind the scenes to do, but yeah, I did get the chance to see the partner preview, and Total Chaos was up there. At first, I was hoping it was the Silent Hill announcement, but I guess that's on this site anyway. Silent Hill 2, but yeah, looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll probably play Silent Hill 2 eventually. Remake, because like the old school horror games are what I was into, All right, then we got I didn't see this coming. Vampire Crawlers. So this was Vampire Survivor turned into a deck builder, right? Which could be cool because like they did really good with the other take on the genre, right? That they did with Vampire Survivors, and now they're doing the deck builder, and maybe they're gonna turn this on its head and really go extreme with it. The trailer looked pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I did see. Okay, yeah, that looked pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, and that one's also in Game Pass, as well as Total Chaos is in Game Pass. I don't know if you knew that 3-bit.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah, so you'll have
That,
access
thank
to it.
you. Every time a game drops in Game Pass, like thank you. It's like I'm eating really good. I'll take that.
Then we got Kung Fu Rabbit, Zoo Punk, which didn't.
Yeah,
I don't think we got much game. There was actually some gameplay in there towards the end, I think.
Yeah.
But the most of it was like very cinematic on the trailer. Action
It's
looked good.
sequel, or it's in the same universe as Fist, that
Yeah.
other rabbit game that came out. a
Which
couple
I
years
liked
ago.
Fist. I got Fist when it came out actually on PlayStation and had some fun with it. So Fist is a very good game. Very different game than what we saw here though. Different kind of genre. Yeah, so you play as like this rabbit guy that's going around and he's like just kicks ass. So it looks good, but it's not coming out till like 2027. So Xbox Play Anywhere though. And I think that's pretty much it. So there wasn't like really anything that was like, oh wow, you know. But there was some good games in there. It's cool that they're all Play Anywhere. Some of them Game Pass, some of them came out today also. So did you see anything there, Fuzz, that was like, hey, was awesome at the partner preview? You're on mute,
You're
bro.
muted.
You're on mute, bro.
There were a couple of things like with all right, so the Artemis was pretty cool looking. Crow Sword, or Crow Sworn.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was actually a spy versus spy thing, but that looked pretty cool,
Yeah.
and that's one of those that fits perfect for like a handheld, PC console or whatever. Echo Generations 2. Played a little bit of the first one. Played the Cinderella one or whatever, not Cinderella, but the other one that they made after that. This one looks kind of cool. Different art style from most of the games I play, but still looks pretty cool. Vampire Crawler, I'm gonna probably wind up giving a try. Hopefully, it's not as addictive as the first one. The roadside research was kind of weird to me. Like at first, I wasn't sure if that was going to be DLC for the supermarket simulator or something, but interesting spin on running a supermarket, I guess. But yeah, Total Chaos. Definitely looking forward to that. 007 First Light. Feels great that they had the Aston Martin, the Valhalla, that they also use for racing and stuff. I was hoping there was going to be like some cross promotional thing where the car comes to, well, I think the car is already in Motorsport, and I'm not sure if it's in Horizon. I don't think it is. But if it was coming to Horizon, like if you already own Horizon, you would get this First Light. But I don't think they have the marketing to do some sort of cross promo like that. Erosion was a nice looking game as well. I mean, there were a ton of nice little games. Like these are the games that not all of them came to Game Pass, obviously, but they are the ones that you kind of play. You're like, oh, this was actually pretty good, and you know why I'm picking it up, or it's something that you wouldn't normally have picked up, and you get exposed to it, and then from there, it's like, all right, now you're looking for more games from that dev, or more games in that same genre and stuff. But Tides of Annihilation did look good as well. Didn't get to see as much of, what was it, Raji, the
Kali
Yoga.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be interesting, some interesting creatures in it, but yeah. I need to definitely see more. I thought the Slim Shady DLC was kind of silly. It's like how many years from you know years ago when he started doing that? And it's like they're now going to have him as like a target and stuff. But a good show overall. Like I said, it's a lot of games that I'll wind up playing either on my Steam Deck or on my PC or something like that. Love the fact that they announced in the beginning it's all of these titles will play anywhere, which I've pretty much been dead set on not buying any more games on Xbox unless they're play anywhere. I know that sounds weird to some, but considering I bounce between the Series X behind me and my PC for gaming a lot, it's a worthwhile, venture. Now there are certain exceptions, like NASCAR is one where I wound up actually buying it twice, bought the PC version on Steam and the regular version on the console. I'm fine playing it on console, but I was hoping, although it doesn't look like it's going to be the case, mods would be a lot easier. They definitely locked this down a lot more than they did the previous NASCAR game that they made, NASCAR 2003. I know it's not the exact same people, but it's like the founders from that, or the founders of iRacing were from that original Papyrus studio. And yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to extract files to import paint schemes and stuff, which I guess is for their security for online racing. But I just want for offline so I can have like the paint schemes from last year, the year before, or 10 years ago, and see if I can't mod the bodies for like some of the classics, which I doubt they're going to do DLC for that type of stuff. But that I'm rambling on something totally different. But no, it was a good show. A lot of, you know, good games that I would say are worth trying out in Game Pass, and a handful that, even though they're not in Game Pass, are worth picking up day one or waiting for a sale either way. But good show.
Yeah. It was strange that Silent Hill 2 wasn't actually at this show because like it came out today like kind of randomly on Xbox and Play Anywhere, and it's also on sale. So, and I didn't see any like big announcement over it. I just saw the
I wonder
community
if
posting
it's.
about it, you know?
I wonder if PlayStation does the marketing for that game, so Xbox didn't say anything about it.
That might be the case, but so they release
Yeah.
it even though the marketing deal is still in place with PlayStation. Like they can't say shit,
Yeah.
but they can still put it out. Like, because that would be the biggest thing at the show if they had it at the partner preview. If they ended it like Silent Hill 2 today, it's on sale, half off. It's also Play Anywhere, you know.
I mean, they did it with Dave the Diver, which is one that
Mhm.
like avoided Xbox like it was the plague or something. So on PC, but not in the PC Xbox store, and hey, that's on Xbox today as well. So
Yeah. Well, I
I have
mean,
a feeling we'll see that, front and center on like the Black Friday deals and stuff like that. Maybe that will help bring awareness to it.
yeah. Well, like it's, I mean, we're getting more and more of these games that like you can tell the games that had the time deals. You know what I mean? That like they were never announced as timed exclusives or time deals and stuff. You know, but like all of a sudden, here they are. You know, about a year after original release.
We figured out the Series S isn't trash.
Well, the Series S interesting conversation 3-bit because we're about to get into conversation about the Steam machine, and which was something I was going to talk about last week. We'll end the last topic will be the Game Awards, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, last week we were going to talk about the Steam machine announcement because that was like kind of a huge deal. Steam has announced this three new devices: the new Steam controller, which looks like weird and wonky and it's kind of ugly as hell, but it could be great functional. I don't know, you know, but big improvement over the previous Steam machine controller that they had put out before, with the huge disc things in the controller. Those were kind of really weird. So we have this new Steam controller. We have a new Steam VR, which is called Steam Frame. Which I'm not a big VR enthusiast or anything like that. Like I've tried VR numerous times, never could really get into it. I will say this though. I always thought that if I ever do get into VR, it's going to be when they become more lighter, like easier to just pop on and not have this big huge heavy contraption attached to your head that has like wires all coming off of it, and when you're hooked up to something. Like in this, I will say with a Steam frame, it looks like that's heading in that direction finally. Like this looks like lightweight, like the way they balance the front and the back, like you just can pick it up, put it on, and it doesn't have this massive fucking thing like pulling your head forward and stuff, you know. Like it looks like something, if I was to get into VR, that would probably be the device I would look towards because of the like size, and looks like the weight of it is going to be a lot less, right? So there's Steam frame, and then the big news was Steam Machine. Now, not to be confused with the Steam Machine of what, 10 years ago?
2012 or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever it was. Yeah, like last generation or 2 generations ago. I don't even remember. It was a while back when they had all these third-party manufacturers make Steam devices and of different price points and things like that. This is actually being made by Steam and Valve. So the little box kind of looks like a Series X cut in half, but it has like magnetic face plates that you can interchange on the front. Has like a customizable LED strip on the bottom, and it's going to have access to your Steam library. Right, so you just plug it into your TV. It'll run the Steam OS, kind of like a Steam Deck. And what most people are saying is going to be great for 1080 and 1440p gaming. It is capable of doing 4K. It doesn't have a HDMI 2.1, which is kind of a strange omission for a TV-based device, where most new age TVs are going to be compatible with that for 120 hertz. But that's fine. You know, I think a lot of games you'd only be doing 1080, 120 anyway, right? And I think you can do that with 2.0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, overall, I thought like the device looked good. We have no idea what the price point is. That's going to be the biggest thing with this, is how much is it going to be. But yeah, Steam is getting into the for your TV space, right? And they're going harder into it than they did before when they were relying on the third parties to do it for them. As they kind of have a little bit of a foothold with the Steam Decks. People they've learned a lot. Well, it sounds like Xbox. Hey, release a handheld, put your OS on it, you know, learn how and update it and all these things, kind of get it fine tuned. And then, hey, eventually we're going to put out a hybrid box for your TV. So this is kind of the next evolution of what they're trying to do, because Steam is competing now for all three spaces. They're competing with the PC space, which they have the dominant market share on. They're in the handheld space, and now they're going after PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo and stuff for the TV space. So get your games as many places as possible. Crazy that anybody would have it. It's so crazy that people like celebrate this with Steam, but had such a massive issue with it with Xbox. Right? It's like, it's okay to put the PC games onto your TV, but it's not okay to put your console games to your PC.
This is not a Steam device because it's a console. It doesn't count. That's pretty much the argument people was making with the Xbox, the handheld. It's not in a handheld because it doesn't count. It's third party.
Well, I mean, I can kind of see the point of people complaining about Xbox and not Steam, because Steam isn't changing their entire direction, where Xbox was kind of shifting their entire direction.
Right, but I would say though, Jasper, like Xbox may be changing the direction to the benefit of consumers without the consumers actually realizing it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they're not, but like, there's clearly a point where Xbox is taking a more drastic change, where Steam is just being like, here's a device that can play your games.
Right, because the library is the same. Which
Yeah.
brings me to my point I said I was going to mention earlier about the Xbox Play Anywhere, right? Because we had the show and they have to make a point, you know. All these games are Xbox Play Anywhere, so you can play on your console and on your PC, right? But like with the Steam machine thing, that's just like that's just a given for every fucking game you buy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like Xbox, for this new hybrid system that they have coming out in 2027, they have to get it to that point. Because if you can buy the game in the store, you should be able to access, if you can access that the OS, right? And you can access your library, you should be able to play the games. So that will be the future Xbox. Will be more like the Steam machine, I think, where there is no necessity for Play Anywhere, right? But in order to make that happen, the PC store and the console store have to become one, and all the developers have to start putting their games into that storefront. Because right now, a lot of developers skip the Xbox PC store, right?
I mean, the problem Xbox have with that is there's two routes they can go. They can either mandate it for all publishers and developers to make a Play Anywhere title. Your title has to be Play Anywhere. Or they can do it currently where they have it now, whereas it's kind of up to the publisher or developer to make that decision. And the way it is now, Xbox has to continually market, oh, this is a Play Anywhere title, this is Play Anywhere title, this is Play Anywhere title. If they mandate it, then they possibly lose some developers and publishers going to their platform and putting games on their platform. So Xbox is kind of in a no-win scenario when it goes to that. It's either they have to market all the time, or they could possibly lose developers and publishers putting their games on their platform because they don't feel like taking the time to do that for Xbox.
Right. I think Steam has an easier time because they've already been the PC device. So it's easier to say, hey, this is a PC for your TV that your library is just going to work, right? As opposed to Xbox has all these licensing issues and hurdles, like with their titles, because like they were licensed for the companies to release on an Xbox console.
Yeah.
Right? And so they can't just like, hey, we're an Xbox PC now for your TV, right? You know what I mean?
Sure,
and
like at some point they were starting to stipulate to developers that like going forward, when you put your game on our library, you're agreeing that this will go to future handhelds and kind of a Play Anywhere kind of initiative, like, because what Xbox is trying to do is just expand to outside its basically expand its ecosystem. So I'm sure they kind of prepared this years ago, where we are allowed to basically put your game on future Xbox consoles. So they don't have to deal with licensing crap where it's like, oh, well, technically the new Xbox is a different deal. Like I'm sure that they're starting to think about like, hey, whatever the new Xbox is, this kind of counts. Like we can put your game.
Mean, I suppose thinking about it, if the rumors are kind of true with the way that new Xboxes work, where there's going to be a PC mode and a console mode, maybe you can kind of like put some kind of weird word and like legal terms in your documents when the people are making a game that like, oh, it's only going to play it in console mode, so it's not on a PC.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to kind of get around it too. Like the fact that the next console will be a hybrid.
Is that holding Xbox back at that point though? The fact that it is still kind of like, because if you look at what Steam is doing, they don't have to worry about any of that shit. Like I think Siki was saying in the chat, like 2K and EA will never agree to Play Anywhere. They are too big. Well, 2K games are in Steam. So when the Steam machine comes out and you plug it into your TV, like or you can play it on a handheld device or your PC. Isn't that the same fucking thing as Play Anywhere? You buy the game once, you can play it on that device, you can play it on a handheld or the PC. So why should Xbox be treated any differently with one purchase than Steam? You know what I mean? Like, and Steam is the bigger storefront, especially in the PC space. So as that becomes more of a reality, like, and Steam Machine, let's say the Steam Machine does take off. Let's say the Steam Machine sells like hotcakes, and there's like millions and millions of them out there. Like, and it does make an impact for the TV console type space, right? Then the whole Play Anywhere thing and argument about that is like, hey, if you want to release your games on the storefront, everybody's going to have access to it no matter where they are. That's just by default.
I think the reason is because in the back end a little bit, the Microsoft store is still kind of split. There's like a console version of the store and then the PC version of the store.
Like, is that holding? That's what I'm saying. Like, if that's what the next thing is that in a way kind of like making things more complicated for them? Then if we just actually had, this is an Xbox PC machine, but like the tricky thing is convincing all the developers to release their games into it.
Yeah.
At that point. So it's like a conundrum, man. Like I don't know how they're gonna piece that together and make it to where it's like it all just works, but they have to have that solution to where this is still a console because they want all the developers to support it, right? But it's also got to not create any hurdles over licensing and technicalities. And especially we should have the same access to where if you buy the game, it should be Play Anywhere. We shouldn't have to have a show. This was my point when I was talking about the partner preview. We shouldn't have to have a show in the future with the next generation that tells us that every game that we're seeing is Play Anywhere. It should just be the expectation. Because that's Steam is already doing that. Like every single game you buy on Steam, you will be able to play on those devices.
Yep. And I also think like the fact that Xbox might just say, well, screw it. We'll at least have a Steam app. Which I'm sure they're just gonna have something like that too, where you boot up the Xbox, the new hybrid Xbox, and any game that's not compatible, you're like, well, you could play this. This game is not available on the Xbox storefront, but you can launch the Steam version.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So it's good. It's going to be the most interesting thing to see. Like we've been saying for a while now, is like this is the biggest interesting thing for me is how can Xbox transition this storefront to actually become a hybrid system? Because it's not just the tech of the hardware, it's also the storefront and like how we access and purchase our games. And right now, like we see kind of what they're doing on the PC, where you have access to all the different storefronts and you have access to your Xbox stuff. But like, will there be like console games versus PC games, or will it just become one? Because it should just be
at least
one.
the head of the game compared to so I'm still waiting on Sony's store. Like I really want to see what that looks like if they're still planning on doing it. They at least have the system set up to at least start changing that. And I'm sure that they're like already like setting some pieces in stone up for like adapting their storefront for this hybrid console too. So I'm sure that they're thinking about that. So
I think Sony is letting Microsoft figure this problem out because Microsoft has the money and the time to do that. And then PlayStation's going to be like, they're going to come in and be like, well, the rules have already changed. We can just do this now.
Yeah, and then everybody will celebrate it, and everybody will criticize Xbox along the way as they struggle. That's like basically what happens every iteration and evolution in gaming over the last 20 years. You know, like we have Xbox doing things 6 or 7 years before PlayStation, and then eventually, once everything's ironed out, hey, this is coming out, and everybody's like, yeah, fuck yeah. We're, you know, Xbox been doing it for a long time. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing the competition between like the Steam machine, or how many people like buy it that are like console enthusiasts, right? Or is it just gonna be the PC
So
gamers that buy a Steam machine, or is it going to be console gamers too? You know, getting
I
access to all the stores.
I honestly don't see too many console players picking this up, just because it is Steam and it is a PC still. Kind of at the end of the day, I know they're trying to get in that market, but I see it more of just kind of PC
Yeah.
enthusiasts picking up that like to tinker with tech and stuff. At the same time, that being said, there was a Linus Tech Tips. He did put out a post that said he asked Steam or Valve the price of this device. Is it going to be comparable to the console market? And all the Valve people in the room kind of made a face. So they're thinking it's going to be a lot higher price than it should be to kind
Right.
of push that console market in. So we'll have to wait and see on the price tag.
That's gonna be the kicker too, because it's not super powerful, right? And
Yeah.
like the concept of it is great. You know, I like that. If you have a huge Steam library, you know, like I said store earlier. I meant to say all the games, because like you'll get PlayStation games on it, you'll get Xbox games on it, you'll get all the PC games on it, and so you'll have that. But you won't have Game Pass. You won't have access to a lot of EA games don't launch on Steam as well. And then also there's some games that have um, like Battlefield 6 you can't play supposedly because of the anti-cheat stuff that they have. It's not compatible with the OS. I don't know if that's something they could figure out. They probably, if it becomes super popular, they probably will. But
The tinkerers can. They'll just what you could do with the 512, put a larger SSD in it, and then dual boot it. One port or one partition has Windows 11 on it, and then the other one just keeps the Steam OS. And then when
But see,
you boot,
there's not enough of those people that do that are also going to want to play Battlefield and then buy this thing.
yeah, like
Yeah.
for the person that's going to want to play Battlefield, they have their ways already, whether it's on
Yeah.
the console or on their Windows PC. Like I totally see this being a Series S of PC players, with certain exceptions. Like the key thing that they targeted was 70% of their player base at least volunteer for those surveys, because not everybody volunteers for the survey. 70% of those that do, this is going to be more powerful than what they're rocking right now. This will be able to outperform what they have in their house. So this will be an upgrade for those. Although, are those people purposely staying on a 1080 device to play CS:GO or to play, what is the other one? PUBG, where the grass is on the lowest setting so you can see the people crawling and stuff like that? Are they purposely doing that to have that low setting, or is it because of the cost, the economy, whatever, that that this machine will technically be more powerful than what most people, or at least most of their customers, have? So I could see at least some of those that have a strong PC already that may want to keep that in the computer room or wherever they have it now, and then buy this as a second device to put to their TV. I mean, sure, you can stream to your TV if you have good Wi-Fi in your house. I think there's going to be a small number that are going to get this as a second device, or maybe get this for their kids that aren't playing Roblox or Fortnite and whatnot. Like, this would have been more reasonable approach for my boys, as opposed to me building them the 1080 boxes that I did. But we'll see what they come through on pricing. My guesstimate 600 for just the 512 box,
Yeah.
and then the controller is about another 100. I'm assuming they'll make it so you buy the controller separately, it's 110 or 120. But if you buy it with the Steam, machine, it'll be $100 plus the 600 for the box. That, I think, is reasonable for the tech that's in it. But for those that are out there like, oh, it's got to be $500 or it's a fail, start pricing out mini PCs, and you'll see that even if this thing goes up to 800, what mini PCs are out. Well, but then again, mini PCs in some cases could outperform it with going with an APU as opposed to a split setup like this one has. So we'll see.
Yeah. The good news is like
I will
games will be customizable for the optimization because they are
Yeah.
PC games. So you'll be able to,
Yeah.
hey,
I
lower
mean,
the settings or whatever, you know.
I kind of wonder if, because the way Steam Deck works now is like you boot up the game and it's like auto detect your hardware and it does that. So I kind of wonder if they'll do that with the settings for this and kind of limit it just a tiny bit. You'll still be able to turn it up, but you just won't fucking. You'll get like 20
Well,
frames, whatever.
they'll have like a default setting, just
Yeah.
like the Steam Deck, where they convince the devs to make an optimized version for it. So, in all honesty, you could probably, just like looking at the Series S to the Series X, you could probably look at the Steam Deck settings and turn those up, maybe higher text or higher quality textures, and you're good to go for something that's adjustable between 1440 to 4K. And I think that's what they'll probably do. So it'll be like a super Steam Deck version,
Yeah.
essentially. But you could still go behind it and tinker with it.
Also, I think this has a better chance. This Steam machine, this go around, has a better chance of succeeding than the previous Steam machine. Just due to the fact that I saw a video where someone was comparing the amount of users from Steam from back in the day. Like back in the day when they originally first launched the Steam machine, they had like 6 or 7 million users total, and now they're up to like 42 million users on Steam. So they've 6 to 7 times that number. So they have a larger audience that may be inclined to purchase this or be interested
But
in
I
it.
think a lot of people just have huge Steam libraries now too. So it becomes like it's something that's small enough too that's like easy to travel with. Like if you're I think if you're going somewhere you can take it with you. It's pretty small. Like it's something that you can move around the house to different TVs pretty easily if you want to. Like if you have if let's say okay, I'm a gamer. I don't give a shit about having anything else with PC or whatever. Like you can, it may be a cheapest way to get into PC gaming, like then have a decent machine. You know, like I think there's a lot of cases where it could be very appealing to people. I think, like for me, I would be super happy with it and go into it even at $700 or so, possibly, just because hey, it's like a access to my whole Steam library and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that makes me not as excited for it is Xbox is doing the PC hybrid, and I will get access to Steam on there too. So why wouldn't I want Steam and Xbox and EA and Ubisoft and Epic and all the other storefronts in one, as opposed to the Steam machine? You know,
See, I'm still kind of iffy on this thing actually working, just due to the fact that I don't see too many console players going for it, just because consoles like their consoles, and PC players, they're either going to have a better machine, or if they don't, they're probably just going to upgrade to another desktop because that's what they've always done anyway. So it's kind of it's just a weird market that I don't know if it's there, but I guess we'll see.
I mean, you could say the same thing about like why would I want to buy a Series X or PS5 if I could just get a PC? I think people just look for
Well,
convenience.
no, my point with that is the console people are console people. They're not
You're
they're
just
not
saying
going to
it's a
be like, well,
different
I'm just going to
market,
go
I
to
guess.
Steam now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
Jasper, like a clarification from the chat, and I just looked it up too. Like the 42 million number, that was concurrent.
Yeah.
So the it says 100 numbers I found is about 132 million monthly active users, and 69 million daily active users, which is like that's a lot.
Yeah.
that's a lot. And we see games like some of the more popular games that are taking off, like I think Arc Raiders is doing like massive, crazy numbers, and when they put out their reports of like player base, it was like 65% rough or something like that. The majority of it was PC gamers in Steam, right? And then there was like 20% PlayStation, 20% Xbox or something. You know what I mean? So it's like the PC players are gaming, right? They're buying games, they're gaming, and that player base is growing. Xbox has been telling us this for a while. The PC base has been growing, console base has been stagnant. Cloud is growing also, but like there's no real growth in the console market, you know? So like Steam has continued to explode over the last decade. Do y'all remember when like about 10 years ago, maybe more, there was this big thing like PC gaming is dying? Do y'all remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh boy, were people fucking wrong. Like holy shit. I remember listening to all these podcasts back then, like PC gaming is dead, PC gaming's dying, PC gaming this and that, and it's like taking over gaming for the most part now. You know, I mean, there's a lot of, obviously we're traditionally, most of us here are all console enthusiasts, right? And the chat here, the audience that we've had are mostly console enthusiasts because we've been all Xbox gamers, and you know, but I've always owned in each generation all the platforms too. But this generation, like for many people, has changed my gaming habits more than any generation previously. And I think it's because of the access. It keeps increasing to the games, right? Like I wouldn't have started playing on PC more if it wasn't the fact that the Xbox games were launching on PC, you know?
I kind of also think a large aspect of that is just the explosion of Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers over the last 10, 15 years. They've all, like, streaming kind of started like gaming wise as more console people streaming, but as technology and the ease of access to set up streams, people just naturally shifted over to playing their games on PC. And now all the kids are growing up being like, oh, I want to be a streamer when I grow up. So they get a PC, start playing games on PC, and they just don't care about consoles anymore because they get their PC to try to be a streamer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch this, man. Like, what point does this price point need to be for it to take off to the console market?
I think it has to be $500 for console people to consider it, honestly. If it's more than that, I don't know if console people are going to be like, yeah, I guess I'll try PC for $700.
Right.
That's the thing. I wonder how much the hybrid is going to be.
A lot more than that.
That's going to be like fucking, it's going to be $1,200.
But it's also going to be a lot more powerful than this thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a lot more powerful, and it's going to have access to a lot more stuff out of the box. Like, you can get access to everything else on a Steam machine, but you got to install Windows on it. Or if it's something you can get it running on Linux, you got to do a bunch of other shit, you know, to get it working. Like getting Game Pass Cloud stuff on there, like on the Steam Deck. Like I got it to work, but Linux is different than Windows, you know, first off. So you got to kind of just like wrap your head around that. You watch tutorial videos or watch YouTube videos while you're doing like this.
And everyone's familiar with Windows because that's what they do at work. So when they go to Linux, it's like, I don't understand any of this.
Or we've grown up with it like our whole lives. You know what I mean? Like Windows is just kind of the default PC platform, and it's got its hurdles for sure. Windows has a lot of problems, right? As it always has, like errors. 3-bit's dealing with it right now, you know. Like I remember when I played Avowed. Like I got this error message that kept popping up, and the game had worked, and all of a sudden it stopped working, and then I had to go do something in my BIOS to enable something to allow some kind of other thing, and I had to install this other shit, and like I don't even fucking know what I'm doing with that stuff. You know what I mean? I have to look up search for things and all this stuff. Like, I don't want to have to fucking do that shit if you're expecting like a console like experience, you know. So like those are the kind of things that Windows, the obstacles that you're going to deal with there that you're not necessarily going to deal with on like the Steam stuff, right? But you could still run into some stuff with that, but like those are the issues that Xbox has got to overcome transitioning into the new hybrid. Because if that next box we buy, like a console enthusiast, right? Hey, like Xbox gamer 123 has been playing Xbox his whole life. He does not ever fucking touch a PC. You know, he's like, whatever. He goes to work every day, blue collar guy, whatever. Like, I want to get home and fucking just grab my controller and play my Xbox. And he gets on and he boots up Halo, the next Halo or the next whatever. And it gets an error message, error code 123, and a little red X in the corner.
Yeah.
And then he searches it up on, and it says, "Oh, go to your BIOS and then uncheck this utility framework thing, and then but first you got to make sure you back up things with a USB drive, and then you got to download this and have the USB drive in your Xbox hybrid PC thing while you're booting this." Like fuck that shit, you know. Nobody wants to deal with that. Like, you're standing in front of, can you imagine standing in front of your TV doing all that bullshit? Like no. Like, so that kind of stuff they got to figure out to make sure that's not a hurdle if it's a PC thing, you know? And that's some of the stuff that people are running into on their ROG Xbox Ally X's, you know? So that's the Windows issue there that they got to overcome. So we'll see if they can figure it out. It'll be interesting. I do think that's what they're all hands, like we talked about for a while, that's what they're kind of all hands on deck for. So ease of use, we'll see. Like, but functionality wise, the Xbox idea interests me way more. Because, like, why wouldn't you want access to more games? Like, because it'll do everything the Steam machine can do, but it can also do more, you know? So I would just rather have that. And it's also be more powerful. We got to see prices. Fuzzy, do you think this Steam machine has a chance to throw a wrinkle in the console space?
It can, although I don't think it'll be anywhere near what the current big players are going to be moving. Like, please understand, in the handheld console market, like with the, excluding the Switch and the Switch 2, when you're looking at things like the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, and the Xbox Ally, as well as Legion Go and stuff like that, Steam, out of like the 9 million well-known sales of those devices in the past 2 or 3 years, Steam has almost half of them, like a little over 4 million of the units that are out there are Steam decks. The rest of them are a mix of all the others, and all the others are hovering around a mil or two each on those. The new Xbox seems like it, based on projections, it's probably close to already 1 million units sold. We'll see if they ever release official numbers, but it did better than expected. It's probably because the enthusiasts are buying the Xbox Ally X as opposed to the one in white. But I think the Steam machine, to be successful in Gabe's eyes, is to sell 2 to 5 million units. If he can get 2 to 5 million of them out there in people's hands, I think he'll be happy. He'll probably make his R&D money back, and he'll have more customers locked in using the Steam store and stuff. And that's ultimately what he's trying to do is, before, and it's not like it's a head-to-head with Xbox or anything like that, because people are still going to buy games through that system and then just have access to them through Xbox. But he wants to at least put something out there that, just like the Steam Deck, kind of locks you in. But if you want to tinker, you can. You could put other stores on there, but this is our device. It's a little bit low powered, kind of like the way the Switch is, but it's a lot more powerful than the Switch. But it's, I wouldn't say perfected, but it's there's going to be people optimizing for it. So we'll see devs optimize for this. I think this thing does 2 million units within the first 3 months. Um, but it may take a year or two before it gets to the remaining, let's say, 5 or 6 mil. Now, if contrary to belief, if the price is 500 or below, I have my doubts, but let's just say it is. This thing might really set a wrinkle out there and do 10 million units in the first year. But I think this thing is 600 for the box itself, another 100 plus for the controller, and I don't even want to know what the VR headset is going to be. It's a toss up between that and the Quest 4. Although I'm pretty happy with my Quest 3 now, but yeah, I think the Steam machine will sell better than people expect, but it's not going to threaten Xbox or PlayStation or even Nintendo in any way. Like I said, 2 to 5 million units when Nintendo Switch has already done 10 million before the year is out. Yeah, I don't think any of these big players have anything to worry about. It's just a matter of at some point, even Nintendo, because their lawyers are eventually gonna get tired of chasing these emulation things down. At some point, they need to put some of the classics available at an $80 price because people will actually buy it instead of doing the pirating. If it's a native thing that they could buy through Steam or something like that, but we'll see if Nintendo bends the knee 2 to 3 years after Sony completely bends the knee, and considering Xbox has bent the knee as far as that's concerned.
They'll be the
I
last
think
ones.
they'll be the last ones, but they'll make money hand over fist. Like they'll be kicking themselves for not doing it sooner. Because I promise you, there's a lot of people with a Steam Deck that would love to play the Nintendo games on that because it's a more powerful device. And if they have to pay full price for the items again, I think there's a handful that would, or more than a handful, and they could give their lawyers a rest from chasing those, emulation things down. But we'll see.
Yeah. Mac22TH54 member for 9 months says, I've had the ROG Xbox Ally X day one and not one of those issues. Right on, man. I know I've seen numerous people that have had no issues whatsoever. I've also seen numerous people that have had several issues, So I think that's kind of like the same thing with PCs. Like, some people, I haven't had a really major issue in like a year or 2 years or never. And then some people, it's like, can happen randomly at different times. I know I've had playing on a PC numerous random issues pop up with games, and you kind of have to figure it out. Like I had it with Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders kept crashing when I first started to play it, and I couldn't figure out why. And it was a setting. I had to change one setting in the graphics settings for something just because it was causing a crash, right? And that's something that'll be more common, I think, on
Props.
PC stuff. That's just more, it's a PC thing, So, but I will say that having specific kind of target devices like Ally X and stuff kind of gives developers like a specific, hey, this is a CPU graphics card combo that's common, you know what I mean, out there, and it helps kind of maybe optimize a little bit towards that. I would suppose, So overall, yeah, it's gonna be a thing where I think we're gonna see a lot of improvements over the next couple years before Xbox gets the hybrid thing out there, and that'll automatically, I think, get a lot of Xbox purchasers day one, because you have Xbox enthusiasts out there. That's the good device I'm most looking forward to for sure, more so than a Steam machine, because it'll be interesting to see, like. But I do think that the automatic play anywhere functionality of the Steam machine it kind of puts into perspective about like, hey, taking it from PC to the TV is a lot easier than going from the console space to the PC.
Yeah, it's a separate like kind of what I was just thinking about what Jasper's saying. Like it is a different audience, but at the same time, like it appeals to someone. I know I'm not the casual audience per se, but like it appeals to someone like me that is annoyed. Maybe I'm just extra annoyed right now because my PC is not working, but like it it uh it appeals to someone like me that just doesn't want to go through a freaking PC where you go through settings and you're figuring out why is my game not work? Oh, I got error code 30462. Let me look that up. Oh, it's because I didn't update this driver. Okay, cool. I got it working. Why do I not have sound? Oh, it's hooked up to, just all this freaking crap I hate with PCs. I know people out there are thinking the same exact way. And they're looking at the Steam machine just being like, well, I have a pretty decent Steam library, but I don't really want to figure out how to build a PC or even want to buy a pre-built one. I just want to play games on it. And even if it's cheaper to just build one, like it's the same thing with like a lot of people like, why don't you just build a PC or something? And it's just like convenience and just I don't know. It's just the way things are. Like I would buy one instead of buying a PC that has probably better specs. It just seems appealing to me. So I know Steam probably is just tackling a little market that they may have missed a little bit in their first go around. And this go around, it's like they have a little bit more of an audience this time around. And yeah, I mean, it is interesting that they are starting to do this now. Me and Fuzz kind of talked about the leaked controller, and I'm like, huh, I wonder what this leaked controller is for. And now we know. But uh, yeah, I think Steam, like good old Gabe, has been winning this console war just by not doing anything, and it's been really funny. And now he gets to tackle a market, even if it doesn't sell very well. Steam is still winning, and it's actually very interesting to see.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, that
Good
was
old
another
Gabe.
comment. That was another comment overheard is Steam is a platform that makes games as a hobby, whereas Xbox makes games because they need to.
Yeah,
But
like
Steam doesn't
So,
make
Steam,
games
they
anymore.
used to.
well,
Yeah.
Like that's the main that's
That's a
the
good point.
biggest difference, I think. Like because I think Xbox, like if it was just a storefront in themselves and they didn't have their own games or their own subscription services or their own features, right, to draw people to it, then it would, it would just be the console and it would just be sold as the console. But all those features and the subscription services and all that stuff is the ecosystem, and it's the ecosystem that they're really selling now. You know what I mean? And like Steam has a lot of stuff too, but it's been locked away on the PC side. Like now they're
mostly.
giving people an option to, hey, buy this box and you're going to get the Steam experience on your TV, right? So they're kind of like saying, hey, we're going to throw our hat in that ring a little bit, at least with the console users. But like Xbox is like trying to, like, we want more of that Steam pie. We want more of that PC pie. We want more of the whole where the growth is, where everything's exploding. It's just, I think it's a harder obstacle to overcome when the PC crowd is so entrenched. But like value wise for me, like with the console space, when it comes to this new hybrid thing, or even the storefronts now, Xbox wins hands over fist every time. You know what I mean? But like, I do wonder, like, if the Steam machine, let's say that becomes a popular thing and they have multiple iterations and it is a affordable device. I do wonder how over time, because the library is just easily accessible everywhere and there's no like having to specify Xbox Play Anywhere or having to specify this. It's just, hey, it should be the expectation. There's no reason that video games should be any different than music or movies. If you buy a fucking game and you have access to that thing on a device, you should be able to play it. Right? And that's what Steam is. And that's what Steam will be on the Steam machine. But that's not the expectation in gaming normally for consoles. People want consoles to be locked down and gate kept into this like closed ecosystem because gamers are used to that and they think it makes it more special.
But that's
people don't
kind
have
of the
that
path that's,
you know,
that's kind of the path that Steam would eventually lead if this is successful and they continue to grow with these devices. Like Steam is a locked down device. You have to go in yourself and put Windows on it.
Well, it's
so they're
the
locking
locked
you into the Steam OS.
It's a locked ecosystem, but you can access the Steam OS on PCs, on the like fuzzy, your like your Ally X that you have, right? Like you could install Steam OS on that if you really wanted to, or you could.
I don't have the Ally X just yet, but
okay, which one do you have?
You
have a
can
handheld
install Steam on it, and vice versa. You could put Xbox OS kind of on, or at least a beta version on the Steam Deck if you wanted.
That's
to
right. You
as
have the
well.
Steam Deck. Sorry, I came back. So like
But
what I'm
that's
getting
my
at
point,
is
is
like you like if you have a PC, you're not you're just locked into using the storefront to access your library. But that's the same as like any storefront. You know what I mean?
I know, but I'm saying like if you just look at the Steam machines, like for face value, like people buy that and it continues to grow. Like it's more of a lockdown device because you're the one personally that has to go in and put Windows on it.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's why the Xbox interests me more because it's not as
Yeah,
locked
I'm just
down.
saying that
Yeah.
like Steam is taking the path of let's lock everyone into our ecosystem, and Xbox taking the path of let's try to keep it as open as possible. So eventually, if it does continue like 10, 20 years down the line, the competition would be an open ecosystem versus Steam's kind of closed lockdown ecosystem.
Right. I get you.
It is going to be interesting to see like what Sony ends up doing, like whether they just like wait for Xbox to do all the fancy stuff and they're like, okay, maybe that's where we end up going, and then like 5-10 years down the line, whether Nintendo's just so stuck. I'm more interested in what Nintendo's gonna do in like 10 years.
Nintendo's not doing anything on PC till the year 2050.
Yeah.
A little bit sooner than that. Maybe 2035.
Yeah, be a little generous. Yeah. 2035 sounds about right.
I don't know. The Switch 2 is going to last fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
If it was up to them, it would.
There's so much.
We're gonna get the next Mario Kart.
So much damn change, man. Like it's hard to. It's really difficult to wrap your head around exactly how things are gonna pan out right now. Like usually I've really had like we talked about it numerous times, like over where this generation was going, what the Xbox was going to do, and yeah, like things have kind of way faster than we thought, but things had gone in a lot of the directions that we thought. But like the whole when they mentioned the hybrid PC thing, that was kind of like a twist, you know, and that's still been. I'm really excited for it because I want it to work out, and I think it's going to be awesome if it does. But like, it's been the hardest thing for me to wrap my head around exactly how it works in the competition space with Steam, with PlayStation, because of all the intricacies of changing how things operate within Xbox and the storefronts and stuff to make it work right. And anybody who's playing the ROG Xbox Ally X, according to Xbox, you're getting a taste of the future right now, right? But those are still reliant on, if you buy a game on your Xbox console, to be able to play it on your ROG Xbox Ally, it's either got to be play anywhere, or you got to have the PC version still, right? Or you got to play it in the cloud. And my point with that before is like, that's like with Steam, that's not a thing. With the Steam machines, like you just if you have a Steam Deck, you can play the games. If you have a Steam machine box on your TV, you'll be able to play the games. If you have a PC right now, they have Steam, put Steam on it, you can play your games. You know, if you have any other PC handheld devices, you open up Steam, you can play your games. You know, so
I mean,
it's
it does. There is some like limitations to that because like Steam Machine, it's mostly going to be a controller device. Like, yes, you can plug in mouse and keyboard, but if they are going for that console market, it's going to be a controller kind of device. And there are some still games on Steam that are limited to keyboard and mouse only. And same for Steam Deck. There's some games that aren't Steam Deck verified that may not work.
yeah. And Linux is its own
there
limitation.
are some, yeah.
Linux is its benefit and a limitation, but much like Windows is a benefit, but also has its like issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be interesting to see what that looks like. There's nothing more interesting for me in gaming, period, than when the actual new Xbox is announced and seeing what it is and how it's gonna operate. But like also like the storefront, the OS, and how game purchases are going to be handled. That is the most interesting thing in gaming for me to constantly think about right now, because there is no right now clear answer. And out of all the articles I've read from anybody, like no matter who it is, like when Jez is doing awesome work with Windows Central, or like Tom Warren out there, like nobody knows exactly how it's going to work. It's just all the talk right now is about Play Anywhere. But like, I don't think Play Anywhere can be the solution, because if we're having to rely on them having this enabled, then it's like,
I kind of think Microsoft doesn't even know how it's going to work.
Yeah, like for big games, right?
Well, here's my best guesstimate. Think of it as a new generation of console. Everything specifically made for that console. So, like, we'll probably get a year or two of cross-gen stuff. But after that year or two, there will be stuff made for the next generation. All of those will be Play Anywhere because they're geared for that console moving forward. They're not geared for the Series console. They're not geared for the Xbox One. You might be able to stream them, but they will be in the short term. They'll be basically PC games. I think that's what their route is moving forward. Now, on the back end of stuff, as far as our existing library, I think they'll be able to emulate any and all of those games in a console mode that are from publishers that did not agree to the Play Anywhere. And what they'll have to do for that emulation is make sure that you can't go and adjust the menus and things like that. Like, the console versions are typically similar to the PC ports to some extent, but they are limited in, like, let's say, controller accessories recognized. Like, does this game recognize a wheel or a flight stick or a controller or a keyboard? Those things are, pretty much in those particular games on what's allowed and what's not allowed. And you access the debug mode in a lot of those console games. Well, some early access console games you can, but most you can't. So that'll be something that they'll have to make sure you can't access. So I think that new device will do the back and pat on all of the publishers that are like, no, we won't do Play Anywhere. Okay, we'll emulate it. It'll be an Xbox, an Xbox 360, an Xbox One, and Xbox Series console emulation layer mixed into one button. Like, you'll probably see it where it'll have like a box that looks like the old Xbox One. If it has that picture, okay, it's a old-fashioned console game that you play in emulation mode. Your achievements carry and still count. Progress still covers. Your saves, everything is still as it is today. But when they make that first new generation game that's not cross, generational or cross I forget the exact word now, but when they stop doing those cross games, that's when pretty much it'll be everything moving forward will be play anywhere because there'll be PC like games that this console just plays as console games, even though it's the PC version. I think that's how they do it.
That sounds
And
awesome, Fuzz. I just need them to tell me that when they announce when they announce the new Xbox. I need them to say this is how it's gonna work. You know what I mean? And then that'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, that's
Probably do
awesome.
like a good presentation about it. Like
Yeah,
I could kind of picture.
just have Fuzzy just break it down just like that during the like, all right, everybody, this is new. Here's Fuzzy Belvedere to explain how it's gonna work. And just clip that right there.
Or you could have Mark Cerny come out on stage and be like,
Yeah.
here at Xbox, we believe in AI, and we're going to put AI with the new Pisser engine.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work too. Shout out to Mac with a $2 super chat. Mac22th54 says, FYI, Mav, I'm playing Spider-Man and God of War on it. ROG Xbox Ally X. That's awesome, man. Via Steam. So, like, but that's kind of my point. Like, if you get a Steam machine, you'll have access to God of War and Spider-Man. If you because you bought it in the Steam store. Like, I think in gamers, because we grew up in a lot of us grew up in this like hardware like war of consoles. We're so focused on console sales and all these other kind of things and like hardware sales and all this other kind of stuff. But like that shit just doesn't fucking matter anymore. It's about the store.
Users.
It's about the storefront. How many people are using your storefront? That is where the money that these people don't make money on the fucking hardware. Like Xbox doesn't make money on the hardware.
Historically, they haven't.
Like PlayStation doesn't make money on the hardware. Steam is going because Steam's going to make money on their hardware because they don't need to take a loss on their hardware, and they're just going to sell it for how many people they can get because they already have like this massive, growing, huge user base. If they want to be super competitive onto the TV, they're going to sell it at kind of a loss type ratio. Nintendo makes money on their hardware, but like PlayStation, Xbox, they don't make money on the fucking hardware.
I think Steam takes a small loss. I because they did on the Steam Deck. Like when they interviewed Gabe when that thing first released, it was like the pretty much the what do you call them? The margins were super razor thin.
Yeah.
Like I think they made money on the one that was the 512, and all the other ones it was like, yeah, we're probably losing $50 or more kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that thing worked out, they made money hand over fist by those people being locked into the store. I mean, yes, you can put all the stores on it, but that's almost like the guarantee, the old system of how consoles used to work. But yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gateway.
The Switch was a cell phone.
Yeah. I mean, like, these consoles are sold as gateways to the storefront. Like, they needed to get them into our hands in order for us to be able to purchase the stuff where they make the money, you know? And, like, that's the thing with Steam on PCs. Like, Steam hasn't had to sell hardware to grow to this massive juggernaut. They're just fucking putting the games in the storefront and selling like crazy, and they even stop making as many games. Like, it's rare when Valve puts out a game now, you know? Like, they haven't had to have all these exclusives. They haven't had to do anything. They just had a storefront, you know? They put good features in it, consumer friendly stuff, and then try to stay cool with the PC crowd, you know? And that's where the money is for all of these people is in the storefront. I would say maybe with the exception of Nintendo, because like Nintendo does it a little bit backwards in some ways. Like, they're just such a for-profit for everything sold like company, but that's at the detriment to gamers, because I think gamers are not hard enough on Nintendo for advancing things forward. They just kind of accept this reality that Nintendo's
slowly
accepted for
coming
themselves.
around.
Maybe, hopefully, but
very slowly.
How much do they charge for cardboard?
Yeah, like, it's crazy, man. But like, yeah, it's all it's cool that we can do that. That's why the Xbox PC hybrid is the most interesting thing for me too, right? But like, that's not like, hey, Xbox did that. You know what I mean? Like when you're like, hey, yeah, let's celebrate that I'm playing Spider-Man and all this shit on my ROG Xbox Ally X. It's a PC handheld that has Steam on it. You're playing it because of Steam.
Yeah.
You're not playing it because of Xbox. You could buy Fuzzy's PC hand or not. You don't have one, Fuzzy. What I keep fucking thinking you could. You could buy a Steam Deck, or you could buy the other Ally, the ROG Ally X, or you could buy the Legion Go or whatever, and you could do the same shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is interesting that it says ROG Xbox Ally X on there because it's marketed as like an Xbox device. But all those other PC handhelds, guess what? They're gonna get updates to allow the Xbox full experience. They just announced that today, actually, and that's coming soon. And also PCs, it's coming soon too for just regular PCs. We're going to be able to just easily launch into that Xbox full screen experience, but they're still PCs. You know what I mean? So, it's like I see like, hey, I'm playing fucking Spider-Man on a Xbox, or I'm playing God of War on an Xbox.
You're actually playing it on a banana because they decided to call it a banana.
You're playing it on Steam. You're playing it in the Steam store, right? Like, you know, like it's because it's available on Steam. You know, not available on Xbox.
Yeah, but you see how a lot of people are saying, a lot of Sony fans, not a lot of people, like diehard Sony fans are saying like, oh, Sony's gonna block it. They're gonna block access to the Steam store so that
Right.
Xbox players can't play God of War on their Xbox devices. Um, for one, this is gonna be an interesting future because Sony is really seeing the benefit of um, putting their games on other devices. And while Xbox is already getting a head start on that, I do wonder, like, if we're headed towards this future where on Xbox you can pretty much just play PC games and also Xbox games, and then PlayStation is still also putting their games on PC, which means people on Xbox will be able to play PlayStation games. What the heck does this future look like? It's just going to be the storefront, like you just mentioned, Mav. Like it's just going to be the ecosystem wars where people like you can play games
Exactly. Yeah.
pretty much anywhere except Nintendo. um, where you'll be able to play God of War on your Xbox or Halo on your PlayStation, but it's about preference of like, well, I got my achievements on my PlayStation, so I'm gonna play on there, or I have X amount of games on there plus the storefront. Um, like on Xbox, I'm most likely going to play on my Xbox because I have a huge library on my Xbox, and you add that plus the PC storefront. So that I mean, it's just gonna be interesting because like yeah, you'll be able to play games everywhere, but it's just going to be a
Yeah.
preferential thing where like, oh, I like the controller a little bit better, I
Or
guess,
what's
or
giving you the best value for the store? That you know what I mean?
right.
But the way that works is if you want to play a PlayStation game on your Xbox device, whatever, you either have to go through the PlayStation's PC store or Steam's PC store.
PlayStation
Whereas
have
on
a PC store right
PlayStation,
now.
if you want to play, yeah, I know, but like eventually.
Right.
Whereas if you want to play an Xbox game on PlayStation, you just go through PlayStation Store still. So it's like kind of whichever. If you want that again, if you want that more open system where you have to go through multiple storefronts, or do you want PlayStation system where you're just getting everything in the PlayStation Store still?
Right.
I
So
mean,
to your
they
point,
even
like,
debated. No, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say to your point, like Mac in the chat was like, Mav, I didn't go through Steam. I downloaded my PlayStation Plus subscription is how I got the games. I didn't go through Steam. Well, that even okay. So you're playing it because of PlayStation, not because of Steam. Like it's a PC, right? The ROG Xbox Ally X is a PC, but it's also an Xbox because it has access to Xbox on it, and they made the controller and the ergonomics and everything Xboxy. But like you're playing it on a PC. It's a handheld PC, just like the Ally X, the regular Ally X is, and the Steam Deck is, because you could do the same thing on a Steam Deck, or you could do the same thing on any other of those devices, right? So, or your PC at home. I just think it's an interesting thing, like, because it's not like a new thing that people are able to access those games. I think it's just interesting because it's like it says Xbox after the ROG. You know, like you didn't give, like, PlayStation got your money for those games, right? And that's where the companies make their money. You know, like Xbox doesn't make money really from selling the hardware. Like Asus makes money on that device more so than Xbox does. So, and it's an interesting way of looking at it, but for sure. Let's see, what else was there? What were you saying, 3-bit?
Oh no, I was gonna just point out the man. It was something with with Sony had the ability to during Hell Divers to where they were restricting access, um, and they were like forcing people to sign up through their like PSN sort of situation. I forgot the point I was gonna make with that, but it had something to do with that. Then they kind of backed down. I think all these companies are gonna have like learnings from uh being more and more open and how to be open but also have people come back to them at the end of the day. Uh and I think Xbox's way of doing that right now is kind of being the Trojan horse with like Minecraft and Call of Duty and stuff like that, where
Mm-hmm.
they're having the top games on PS5 being Xbox titles. Um and they have like pretty good library of games where they can do that. Whereas Sony right now, they have a lot more single player type games. So I do wonder, they try to expand into the live service model. It's not working out for them. So I'm just curious on like what their future is going to be in terms of like just multiplayer games and live service. I don't know. It's just going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Well, I don't think marathon's the answer. So
No, it's definitely not.
No, I mean, Arc Raiders is the answer for everything.
And
Arc
that's
Raiders is
Steam
awesome.
Deck verified.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Have you played it yet, Fuzz?
No, I've fallen into Diablo 4 again. I need to. I put the Division down for a little bit, but I'm gonna wind up picking it up when they do the Survival 2.0. And I didn't want to download it on PC because they have that companion PTS thing where you can now recruit people from like the True Sons or from the Hyenas or something like that to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
So almost like you have like the companions in Diablo 4 from the expansion. You can now have that in Division 2. But at some point, I gotta hop in Arc Raiders. But I've been debating on should I get it on console or should I get it on PC. I don't believe it's Play Anywhere, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I gotta double check that.
I don't even know if it's on the PC Xbox store.
Which game?
I don't think it is. Arc Raiders.
Yeah, no,
Arc
yeah,
Raiders,
it's
yeah, I
Play
don't
Anywhere.
think it's-
Yeah, I bought it on the
Oh.
Xbox
Oh, it
too.
is.
Yeah, so I can play it on console and on PC because it's Play Anywhere. Yeah.
Then that
Yeah,
solves it for me.
that's the best way to buy it for sure. Fuck. Right now, if Steam Machine was out, then Steam users may say, "Well, buy it on Steam because it's going to be accessible on my Steam Machine and my Steam Deck and my PC that way." It's just that was my whole point going into that aspect of it, is kind of like it's by default with Steam, which is like weird that we have to watch a show like the partner preview and they say every game here is Play Anywhere. Like, I just wish they didn't like Steam doesn't have to face the same hurdles with creating that Xbox does. And I in a way it's like it's not fucking fair because it's just like licensing bullshit, really. That's probably the hurdle with that. Otherwise, I think they could just make it to where, hey, all your Xbox games are playable on PC, you know, if they wanted to. But there's some kind of obstacle that they have to create some other kind of emulation for in order to make it work, or some other kind of bullshit. Whereas like Steam is like, hey, we can just make a fucking box and put it on the TV and call it a PC, and that's all of a sudden solves the whole play anywhere for us thing. Play on your TV, play on your handheld, play on your PC. Like it's kind
They're
of it's
definitely
weird.
being the Apple of gaming.
Yeah.
A
Well,
lot of people thought Sony was being Apple of gaming. Steam is the actual one where they got a device for every kind of player. Whether
well,
you're a VR player, play on your TV, or play on your computer, or play on the go, they got you covered,
to your point
except for the operating system.
with that fuzzy, I mean, I know that like Apple Arcade, I don't even know if you can access Apple Arcade on PC. Maybe you can or not, but
Maybe on a Mac.
if
but
you have like a Apple TV or what, you make a good comparison there, because I saw, you know, people talking about like, hey, the ultimate like play anywhere stuff is actually mobile things, like mobile storefronts and like Apple and Google, because like, hey, those are kind of play anywhere also, because you have TV access to them. You have your access on your mobile devices and all that kind of stuff too. There's just not like a dedicated console, right? It's almost like the console, in a way, is becoming antiquated because it's like an anchor.
Yeah.
It's like an anchor that of like this building block that was cemented to the infrastructure of these companies. And it's kind of in a way, because of the business and all the agreements and licensing and stuff dealt with all these gaming companies, all the games released and the libraries and all that kind of stuff is dealt within that, is kind of like keeping them from being able to just like truly just be accessible. However, instead they have to do all these different things. Like Steam did it the opposite way. They just had everything on PC because they're just a storefront, and now they're just able to put out a box on the TV, and it's like, hey, here's all your fucking games, right? And it just seems so much like, how is it so easy for Steam to do that, but it's so hard for Xbox to do it the backwards way? And not only that, but when Xbox announces it or talks about it or things start going that direction, the community fucking erupts into some kind of chaotic like baby fit and almost destroys the company from within because all the fans hate the thought of it. You
I
know,
think it helps
it's
that
crazy.
Steam is doing it because it's showing, because Xbox always steps into this thing where they try things first, and then people are like, "Why are you doing this?" And then Sony does like, "Oh well, Xbox did it, so it's cool." Or you know, it's like this thing Xbox tends to do, like they jump right into the fire and etc. But the fact that Steam is I mean, the fact that Steam is kind of jumping into the fray, I think may help a little bit. Um, just for the sake of like, well, at least there's a Steam and there's Xbox, so I guess this is more of a normality, because the media doesn't treat Xbox very, very honestly. So it does kind of help feed the fire a little bit that Steam is also doing a console, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Wanted to touch on the Game Awards a little bit, real quick. So, Game Awards nominations came out. Now,
Talk about his
over,
shoes. What shoes is
yeah,
Jeff Keighley gonna
we'll
wear?
find out. We are going to be co-streaming, everybody. If you want to tune in, we'll be co-streaming the Game Awards here, and you can watch live with us if you want. We have December 11th.
Where is
Now,
that? Is that a Friday? I
it's
think it's Friday. Maybe I don't know.
Thursday, I think. Is December 11th a Thursday, baby?
It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Yes,
looked at this
Thursday. Which is usually they do it on Thursdays because I know it always would fall on PM of the PMs, when we were doing that. So it'll be that will be our show for that Thursday. Will be the Game Awards co-stream. So game of the year. I'm just gonna run through these real quick, and y'all can tell me if they're what the biggest omission is. You just jump out and say this game was robbed. Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Raise your hand if you would vote for that. Game of the year.
Okay. Well, like as a
Be
nominee
careful.
or like
We
the
don't
actual
want
game
to
of the
think
year?
of it's firearms, everybody. Be careful with how
Oh, yeah.
position you hold your hands. I'm sorry. Don't raise your hands. I changed my mind. Don't raise your hands. Huh?
As actually,
Just imagine my hand is being raised.
Oh yeah, I know. Your 3-bit doesn't
What,
have
what,
hands.
what does
guys.
this do?
There
Oh, that's
you
a
go.
golf
That's
clap.
not
Never
good.
mind.
Okay.
So do you mean like raise your hand is that your vote for game of the year or
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
in
yeah.
the nominee list?
Is it your vote for game of the year? Yeah.
No.
Okay. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Yeah. No.
Haven't played it yet, but I heard it was really good.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. Fuzzy's like, I love Donkey Kong Bonanza. That was my only reason to own a Switch.
I mean, I guess on this
I
list,
mean,
Claire
it-
Obscure would be this list. Claire Exposition is my game of the year for the Game Awards list,
Right.
but it's not my game of the year, my personal game of the year.
Yeah. What were you saying, Fuzz?
No, I was going to say it was more fun than Mario Kart World, but
Yeah.
I don't consider it a game of the year. It's a fun game. I like smashing stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'm the wrong person for the Nintendo, I guess.
Let's see here. We get Hades 2.
Let's go.
Yes.
It's a good
Yeah, I
game.
played it.
Hollow Knight Silk Song.
You also,
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Thumbs up.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I haven't played
Still
it yet,
have to
but I
play this.
really want to
Yeah.
play it.
I think
My split?
I think it's going to come down to between Clair Obscure Expedition 33 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. For some reason, that's my gut. I'm going to say that Clair Obscure is going to win. I've played a little bit of Clair Obscure. It's one that I need to play it. All the other games on the list I haven't even touched yet. So I can't say whatsoever about
same.
this.
Well, I did play like probably 12 or 15 hours of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's a great game. It's a big game.
Yeah, I played quite a bit of the first
Clair
one, but it's
Expedition-
very big.
Yeah, Clair Expedition 33. I'm on the epilogue, so I'm probably got like an hour or two left in it. I need to go back and finish that. Clair Expedition 33 was my game of the year all the way up until last week. So
Yeah, and it's because you played
Megaphone?
Dispatch.
yeah, Dispatch
Dispatch.
took game of the year, and I only finished the first episode, and I'm like, this is game of the year. If you like, it's a Telltale style game. Like if you played the Walking Dead games or like the Wolf Among Us, it's that similar style of game, but just the story and the way that game starts, it put its hooks in me immediately, and it's one of the best story games I've played.
Awesome. I think it.
Yeah.
Maybe it got nominated for some. I don't know if it got nominated for anything.
Yeah, I think it got nominated for best indie debut.
Okay.
Any debut, and I think art direction possibly. I'm not sure.
I think the biggest omission for me is Arc Raiders. Like multiplayer games just don't usually get the nod, right? But like that game is a phenomenon. And like it is so good. Like it's just polished, like it's fun. It's doing something different with the proximity chat. Like there's so much greatness that comes out of playing that game, like in just moment to moment stuff. It's fun solo, it's fun with the group, it feels fresh each time you play around, and they've already done some cool events and stuff. Like it's just game keeps getting better the more I play it. Like it's
I
I've already put
I
in
kind
like
of feel like
3 or 4 days into it, I think, in time.
this game of the year list, I feel like it's almost kind of had the opposite effect of what we've been saying the last few years with this is like Keeley heard so much this year that like, no, this game has to be game of the year. This game has to be game of the year. So he made the super safe list possible and didn't consider any of like the games that came out in the last few months. He's like, Hades 2, everyone loves it, best indie game ever. Hollow Knight, the best indie game ever. He kept hearing this, so he didn't want to fucking challenge it because he knew he would get shit.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised Blue Prince also wasn't here because it was like such a darling earlier in the year, you know. But like,
Yeah, but I think he didn't want to load it too high on
Yeah.
the indies because, I mean, you kind of look at Hades 2 as an indie, even though I don't really consider them an indie. But Hollow Knight definitely was a Team Cherry. So if they put a third one, like I was thinking Split Fiction, although he is kind of indie still, even though he has EA backing. But
I just feel like Donkey Kong was not a strong enough contender. Like, yes, it was a popular game, and yes, everyone was talking about it, but it's just another Nintendo game at the end of the day, and I just don't feel like there's so many other games that did so much more unique and strong stuff. Along with Death Stranding 2, no one even talked about that when it came out. Like, it's Hideo Kojima, yeah, he makes crazy shit, but it's still just, I don't feel like it was a big enough change that it was like, oh, this is stand out for this year in particular.
Yeah.
When there's so much other stuff that's talked about, like Arc Raiders, I definitely think that should have been in the list, even though it's not on my personal game list. Just the the community talk about it and the reception around it. I think it deserved to be on the list because it's not like super unique because it is an extraction shooter, but it is doing different enough stuff that I think it should stand out.
yeah. Um. Well,
like-
I
It may
take
just
it
be
back.
me.
I did play Hades 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a
But,
good game.
well,
Split
you haven't
Fiction,
played
I
Hades
needs
2
more
3
love.
bit. You haven't played
I
Hades 2.
played it. I just didn't like
Oh.
play it. Like I'm right now I'm playing Hades and it's bothering me.
Okay.
I will beat it one day.
So you said Split
But
Fiction.
yeah, that was my personal game of the year. I freaking love that game. I thought it was fantastic and brought new feels. It reminded me of like It Takes Two, how
Mhm.
good that was. And they just like took what they learned from It Takes Two and kind of really expanded upon it. I think back to like different missions on Split Fiction, like you're like on this bike and you're like texting and a bunch of pop-ups or on your phone and you have to like do like the verification so it's like you're not a robot. It was just so creative. Um it was just like it was doing some stuff I haven't seen before in a lot of co-op games. Like that developer is really pushing the envelope in my opinion, like how to do a proper co-op game in a space where a lot of developers are going away from co-op and just going more into like the free to play or multiplayer space. I appreciate a developer that kind of takes it back and reminds people like what gaming is all about. So that to me, Split Fiction is it's on my personal game of the year. I understand, I guess, why it's not on here. The dialogue was so cringy. the and all that, but to me, gameplay wins, and like the game to
I
me
mean, at the
was really
same
fun.
time, I feel like maybe his game was nominated this year because he kind of does the same kind of game every time, and they've
Well,
seen it before.
this year
Like nominated.
this year was just crammed with so many great games. Like I will say like out of the game of the year candidates, like
I mean, it's not a bad list.
yeah,
but
I think this year is the least egregious year out
Yeah.
of recent years. Now that's
Agreed.
not saying a lot for the Game Awards because the Game Awards is just like it's, but like out of the last several years, like I could see all the games that are in this getting nominated for Game of the Year ahead of time. You know what I mean? And I could also see like 5 or 6 other games also getting nominated. And if they were in place also, it would be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense too. So I think there's certain games that probably should have been there over some of the ones that are here, but I'm also coming from my perspective and not those fans' perspective as much, right? Because maybe those games are more beloved than the ones that like Arc Raiders for me, or Split Fiction for 3-bit or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But our personal game of the years are going to be definitely each independent, like of our own taste also. Like I thought it was probably going to end up being Battlefield 6, but instead like Arc Raiders is fucking just grabbed a hold of me,
Now,
you know.
do you guys think Indiana Jones deserved a spot on this list?
Not with the. I mean, I could see it on the list,
Had
but
to ask.
I think you could swap any of these games out besides Clair Obscur and put Indiana Jones up there, and
Yeah.
it'd be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just think there's too many strong games that are. I understand why it's not up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I loved Hades 2. I loved Silk Song. But one of them should have been withheld.
Hades 2 or Silk Song.
You're
going to piss off one audience one way or the other with this answer, Fuzzy, so be very careful.
They're waiting.
Well, I like both games, but here's the way I would put it. Silk Song was on more platforms. It was on pretty much every platform, if I'm not mistaken. Hades 2 was only on PC and Nintendo. It's going to be a year or so before it comes to PlayStation and Xbox. Put it up for next year. That's how I look at it. But
yeah, this year's just so much fucking competition. But I agree. I would have I mean, also Hades was like in the preview for a long time, before it came. Like I would have probably knocked Hades off the list, but that's just me. Mac22TH54 with the $2 says Avowed, Outer Worlds 2 snubbed or justified for Game of the Year this year. I don't think it's snubbed at all. Like those are.
Yeah, I think it's justified.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, there's a lot of fantastic games. I will say, category-wise, there's some of these games could have been in more categories, but like my main issue with this, and we're getting into it now because I'm going to go into my main issue with the Game Awards. And I talked about this on Boom Show. If you caught his show yesterday, the top 5 or 6 categories have all the same fucking 6 or 7 games.
Yep.
Like the next one here, we got Ghost of Yotei makes an appearance, and then Split Fiction, which this is best game direction, right? So there's your
best game direction always is basically second runner up to Game of the Year.
Right. So
That's how they've always done it.
I'm not throwing that, but okay, take the games that you see here, and then the games that were also nominated for Game of the Year. Okay. And then we're going to see the same fucking games for the next like 4 categories.
Yeah.
Which I think
because that's all the freaking people play, like these judges.
So next is best narrative, which is the audience didn't see what the games were. The games were Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. That was best game direction. Game of the Year was Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong, Hades 2, Silk Song, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So a little bit different. Ghost of Yotei and Split Fiction make an appearance. Some of the games disappear out of here. But then we go into the next, which is best narrative. One more game makes an appearance. The rest are the same. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F, right? Go to the next category, best art direction. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. This is where we start getting into like, okay, best narrative. There's like, okay, Dispatch, like you said, Jasper, maybe that could have been here, right? Or maybe like a ton of other more narrative based games that's their whole thing. Like Silent Hill F for best narrative. Like
I will, because I played Silent Hill F. I think Silent Hill F had a decent story. It is on my personal game of the year list. Out of my like 6 that I picked for possible game of the year, I do have Silent Hill F on there because I do think it is a really great game. I just don't think it's strong enough to stand up against some other titles.
I'm talking
But
about
I would still put it on
specifically
that
in
list.
this category.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's, from the game developer, or for the journalist, I'm sorry, I don't think there's enough thought put into the actual categories themselves and what they mean and what kind of games, like, stand out. You know, like
the best ongoing game, Cyberpunk.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Yeah, maybe. I mean, if the stories ever fucking make any sense.
I think Silent Hill F, the reason it's on best narrative is just due to the emotional impact of the story when you play it. Because there's a twist in that game that can really connect with people if they've been through like personal stuff that I think a lot of the reviewers probably saw and were like, okay, let's put that on there.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Would you think Dispatch deserves a nod over any of these other ones?
Oh, 100%. But I mean,
you're saying it's the best
like,
story that you've ever played is pretty, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I would put Dispatch on that list 100%.
And I would say that there's probably several other games out there that, for narrative wise, could probably also be considered because they're more narrative focused games too, and that's kind of what they excel at. You know, we go best art direction. I guess same fucking games again. All right, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the beach, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Silksong. My biggest problem with this category, art direction, 4 of these games are fucking sequels that look identical pretty much to the games that came out before them.
And I think, again, Dispatch could have been here too because it has an amazing art direction if you're into that kind of anime kind of style stuff. Like, they took a lot of time to fucking make that game.
There's another game that should be up here. The one that looked like claymation. What was that?
South of Midnight?
No. Well, that should be up there, I think, as well. But there's another category that it really got snubbed on.
I saw people talking about Keeper also for this because like Keeper is gorgeous. If you play some of it, like when you go through the caverns with the lights and it's just absolutely stunning. Like again, like they're picking the biggest games. Like Hades 2 looks great. You know, it looks great, but it also looks like a lot of other indie games that you can fucking play. Like we saw the trailers at the partner preview thing. Like how many games that we see that like, hey, that looks pretty, but Hades isn't standing out in like necessarily like a super visual way over a lot of other of those style games. It's just a really good game, you know? Like
the game that they should have up there, Harold Halibut.
Harold Halibut. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. It's games like that. Like I'm talking, there's like a lot of games that are pushing things forward, or like super ultra realistic or something, or whatever, or maybe like different horror games that are changing a mood and doing something different. But like,
I can already tell you who's going to win best art direction. It's going to be Hollow Knight Silksong because they fucking basically said they delayed the game fucking 3 years because they kept making new art for it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that these games don't look beautiful and they're not great graphics and all that kind of stuff. It's just like
you could have nominated other things that actually have a unique style, or that
have done something different, or something that's like, hey, this artistically is like super special, you know, because that's what the category is for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like. We saw Ghost of Yotei. It looks the same as like Ghost of Tsushima, pretty much.
And like, fucking Assassin's Creed Shadows looks better than Ghost of Yotei.
100%.
So
yeah, 100% it does. Yeah, it's a popularity contest based on these games I loved, so I'm gonna fucking vote for them for every category. You know, just because a game is great doesn't mean it deserves the award in every fucking category. You know. Um,
Yeah.
let's
Someone
see.
in chat, Fuzzy Tomato. I do agree that Expedition 33 had an amazing art direction too. So I could see that.
So I think it's next one
Winning
best
multiple things.
best score in music.
It's
Guess
literally
what?
the game of the year.
Silk Song, Hades 2, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Ghosts of Yotei, and Death Stranding 2.
Clair Obscur deserves that hands down.
I think South of Midnight
Out
should
of
be in
those,
there for
yeah.
this.
Yeah, South of Midnight
Yeah,
should definitely
agreed.
be in there.
And they actually did something really original with the music as well. And they actually wrote original songs with lyrics too that you experience through the game. You know what I mean? Like the game of the year category and the best game direction, it doesn't make sense necessarily that the best score in music is also going to be that, and the best art direction. And it's like there's a lot of fucking games out there, so many fucking games out there, and I guarantee you that there's like games out there that did things that are really special that are getting overlooked because I liked this game. And that's just what the journalists are doing with their votes, right?
And honestly, Dispatch has an amazing soundtrack, and it's just like that could have been here too. But
Is it one of those things where I know their first episode came out a while back and stuff, but did they not meet like like early November cutoff? Like when did Dispatch release originally? Was it October or very beginning of
I think it was early
November?
October because they do it. I think every Wednesday or every Thursday there's 2 new episodes. I think this week is the final episodes and it's the end of the game. So maybe that's why, but
Next
That
That
is
it's something
sounds
better
like
than
such a
just
bad
cut
idea
off.
for them to snub it over that.
yeah. Best audio design: Silent Hill F, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and Battlefield 6. Battlefield makes their first appearance here. The other games are the same games, so it's almost like only 8 games existed this entire fucking year. You know?
It's because of the voting journalists. Like they like the same
honestly,
stuff.
I don't like the best audio design list. I mean, that's a tough category to like even come up with games for. Like Player Obscure, I get, but the other ones, I don't like it because Battlefield 6, I feel like there's too many audio problems in general in multiplayer.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, it's the weapons sound nice, so I guess, but I just feel like there's too much stuff that's a problem with the sound overall that it should not be on that list.
Arc Raiders, again, like
Robot
I
sounds.
Why is it Arc Raiders, or why are they snubbing Arc Raiders?
because it's multiplayer. They snubbed it on the reviews too. Like IGN gave it like a, what did they give it, like a 6 or some shit like that, or a 5?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and it's like massive, like it's so popular. It's like taking on everything, breaking so many records and stuff. Everybody's loving it. All the big streamers are playing it too. Like it's current player still keeps going up and breaking records every weekend since it's been out. But the critics didn't like it. I mean, it's
This
like
Yeah, 'cause
critic
it's
versus
I mean, it's 'cause-
player thing again. I hate that.
Yeah, because it's an extraction shooter and they fucking suck at those, so they're going to give it a 4.
Exactly.
Performance. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has 3 people in it: Charlie Cox, who is Daredevil, Ben Starr, Jennifer English, and then you also have Ghost of Yotei actress Erika Ishii, Silent Hill F's actress Konatsu Kato, and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones. You got
Indiana Jones did make it. Interesting.
innovation and accessibility. This is where they start throwing bones to other games that exist. South of Midnight, EA Sports, FC26, Doom: The Dark Ages, Atomfall, and Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm gonna say Adamfall doesn't deserve this for accessibility. I got stuck on a rock that was like 6 inches off the fucking ground at the beginning of that game. That's not very accessible. If I can't fucking get over
That
a
game is
6-inch
buggy.
fucking rock and jump over that, like, come on. I should be able to walk over that. I shouldn't have to fucking like leap over something that's like barely off the ground.
Now, for accessibility, Assassin's Creed Shadows definitely deserves to be in there. Same thing with South of Midnight and Doom Dark Ages. I'm not sure. I haven't played a EA sports game in a while. I don't know if that still qualifies. And they did have a decent amount of stuff for like color blindness and contrast and stuff like that. I don't know about like the button mapping for Atomfall though. But like Ubisoft has always been good on accessibility stuff. Like they're probably one of the best studios as far as recent time for that type of stuff.
Next is games for Impact against South of Midnight, Wander Stop, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, Despilote, and Consume Me. Best ongoing: Fortnite, Final Fantasy 14, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. Speaking of Marvel Rivals, has Gambit and Rogue now. And so I may be installing it to give it a go finally for that. But I don't know. Do you have to buy Gambit or is it free?
Did they finally understand what
No, you shouldn't.
ongoing game is? They finally they get it now?
Yeah, what did they put on here
Apparently.
before for ongoing game? Wasn't it like
Cyberpunk.
Oh,
yeah, because there was a
DLC.
They put freaking Cyberpunk on there
That's right.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
Those make sense for ongoing. So yeah.
I never had a problem with that. Like, technically it's ongoing because they make content for it in my book, but I don't know.
Are they still making DLC?
No, that's why it's not on here.
So it's ongoing. it's kind of ongoing.
Often
It's just weird to me. Like
Yeah.
when I picture ongoing, I picture like
No, I 100%
just
agree with
live
you.
service.
I know where you're coming from. I just
Yeah, I guess there's technicalities that are like I don't know.
I mean, at that point,
It's
you might
just
as well
weird.
just put Grand Theft Auto in there from the past 12 years. So.
Well, GTA Online is an ongoing game. I would
Yeah,
say
that would count.
because they sell content and keep updating it with stuff. Like I would say GTA Online is for sure, which is part of GTA 5. Way more ongoing than Cyberpunk was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thieves as well.
Let's see here.
Halo.
Yeah, I'm surprised Forza Horizon 5 never gets nodded for that too. You know, I thought they might
He
with
doesn't
the
believe he believes
PlayStation release.
niche game, and it shouldn't. I mean, other than sports and simulation, that Kiwi. Excuse my language.
Yeah, they always get snubbed on those.
Like, why is Call of Duty on there?
No.
But
it's owned by Xbox now. Forget it.
It's just crazy.
Call of Duty,
I don't know.
Call of Duty was never on there because it's just a game that comes out every year, so no one gives a shit about it for Game Awards.
But that's ongoing.
But now it's in one app. It's an ongoing
But I
game.
guess to Jasper's point, is it an ongoing game when there's a new iteration every year? I would say Warzone would be the ongoing game, right?
Yeah,
Warzone is ongoing, but the way they make this app now, it might as well be an ongoing game.
Yeah.
It's the same app that keeps on getting
with
bloated
$70
stuff.
DLC each year. Yeah, or you could just sub to Game Pass and get it.
Ultimate.
Right. Yeah, Ultimate. I have to clarify. Or Premium. Well, no, Premium's the middle one, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so confusing.
Either PC or Ultimate, and you can play Call of Duty.
Right.
Well, not for free,
still
but
haven't
for
got me yet.
subscription.
I'm still paying.
Best
$19.99.
Best indie game is Absalom, Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscure Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. Again, Expedition 33 was Kepler Interactive you know? So that's another one of those, like, is it indie? Is it not? Really, kind of. But
They're mainly focused probably on Sandfall since they're the new guys. But
yeah.
this is a category they went to 6. I know it's a stacked category, but a lot of the other ones are just 5. When there are other deserving,
Mm-hmm.
mentions. Like I think the actor or the performance one they had 6. The indie one they had 6, and then Game of the Year they had 6. All the others I think were 5.
Best debut indie game: Blueprints, Expedition 33, Despelote, and Dispatch.
And Megabonk was originally on that list, but the developer contacted him and said, "Pull my game off this list because I've made a game before."
Oh wow, really? That's why there's only 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's like, "Hey,
Yeah, I heard about that.
wow, that's interesting."
Or he also said, I thought he said it was like, I'm not an indie gamer, or maybe I miss saw that, but yeah,
So
that's cool.
yeah, I've had seen like developers call out the Game Awards numerous times now for their like putting them in wrong categories and stuff. You remember was it last year, or the year before, where there was like the esports coach that like had like retired or didn't coach that year,
Yeah.
and he won like Coach of the Year or something, or
Yeah.
nominated for Coach of the Year. That's like bullshit. Like, how does that happen? You know, like there's got to be a better
Because nobody
way.
pays attention to esports that's on that panel.
Well, the journalists don't even fucking pay attention to the games, man. Like they don't. They hyper focus on specific things, and those are the only things that are good, and that's all they care about, and they just want to shit on everything else. So, I don't know. Best mobile game: Destiny Rising, Persona 5, The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Uma Musume Pretty Derby, and Wuthering Waves.
Nah, I don't care about this list, so it's whatever.
If they go by, I think users, it'll probably be the Uma Matsume Derby because I think that's like a equivalent of like a Barbie dress up game kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Best
People spend a lot
VR
of money on those.
VR AR is Alien Rogue Incursion, Arcane Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk.
It's a tough one. I want to vote for Alien Rogue Incursion, but it'll probably be Deadpool VR.
Right on. Have you played both of them?
Also, just looking at that mobile game, the Umanati or Umasumi Pretty Derby or whatever the fuck, it came
Yeah.
out in 2021.
Mhm.
It just
It's an
now reached
ongoing game.
worldwide. Yeah, it's like had different country releases every year, but it just released worldwide this year. So, but it's been out for like 4 years technically.
Hey, their panel just heard about it. It counts this year.
Action game. Battlefield 6, Doom, The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi, Art of Vengeance.
Battlefield wins that in my book, or should, but it may not.
Battlefield should win, but I gave it to Ninja Gaiden just because.
Should they separate like shooter category from action game?
Yeah,
Because shooter's
it
such a
would make
popular
sense.
genre,
Probably.
you know? Like best first person shooter or best shooter, so you can include third person and first person in there, but like action game, like you have so many of these pure action games now, you know what I mean? That there's plenty out there for categories. This
They,
was a
they should
hard
also
one.
split sport from simulation, but they keep merging those two.
I think Ninja Gaiden 4 has a chance at winning that one because it's the most pure action
Yeah.
game there, and it's like hardcore, right? But Hades 2 will probably win just because it's fucking Hades. Action adventure: Indiana Jones, Split Fiction, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach.
Split Fiction gets that, so Jeff Keighley and his buddy
Oh.
can have a talk.
Yeah, split fiction.
Yeesh.
Indiana Jones is what I would vote for.
Yeah, I voted for
Yeah, that
Indiana
one's pretty
Jones
good
as
too.
Yeah, it's the only one I
But-
played on the list. So yeah.
RPG, we
You haven't
got.
played split fiction?
I haven't
No.
played it either.
What?
Yeah, I know.
well.
Avowed, Claire. My daughter has. She loved it. Avowed, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2.
I mean,
RPG.
Expedition's
sorry.
probably going to get it. I would give it to Kingdom Come just because Claire is going to win Game of the Year or a lot of other awards. But
Yeah. For me, it's a toss up between Outer Worlds 2 and Kingdom Come 2.
Do y'all consider Monster Hunter
Avowed's
Wilds an
up there, but-
RPG?
No.
why
I mean,
not?
it has gear, it has.
You make a character, you have a role, you play that role,
Yeah.
you find gear.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
don't know.
guess
I
so.
would consider that an RPG.
Yeah.
It's more an
Yeah.
RPG than a fucking Spider-Man was.
I would consider it almost
Yeah,
more
true.
more action game. I guess.
I consider it more action. Like it, I look at it as basically like the way I look at Division. I don't consider Division an RPG.
Right. Like it's kind of like it's one of those hybrid games, right? It's not really easy to put peg into any specific category, because it has like a lot of good RPG elements to it. It has like survival elements to it. It has like so much shit.
Cooking.
Yeah. Like yeah, like I don't know. It just doesn't have like that traditional like arc that I would feel like for RPG. So that's I don't know. But I'm not saying it doesn't belong there. I'm just asking the question. It could. It could maybe.
I think Monster Hunter is more RPG than most other games that are usually nominated for this are. So
right. Do
I'm
you
fine with
consider
it.
like Pokemon RPG?
I mean, technically, it's a JRPG.
It's not on this list, but I was just asking because
Pokemon doesn't deserve to be on a list.
like what game doesn't have RPG elements these days? Like that, you know what I mean? Like there's so many that have like RPG stuff in it. Maybe the chat will tell me if they think Monster Hunter Wilds is RPG. Best fighting game. This category should not fucking exist this year.
Should have been last year only.
Like, if there's a year where you have to fill up your candidates with 3 collections or remasters, then don't fucking have it. Because we got TXKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. So you got kind of remaster, remakey with Virtua Fighter 5, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Capcom Fighting Collection 2 in the Fighting Game of the Year category.
They should have
no
waited.
big fighting games came out this year.
Yeah, because Invincible is coming out. Invincible Versus is coming out next year. Then they have that Avatar game coming out, which looks pretty freaking awesome.
Don't forget Marvel's Wutan or whatever it's called.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of good fighting games coming up, but yeah, there wasn't a lot this year, so should have kept that on the back burner.
Family, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Racing, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and then Split Fiction.
Let Split Fiction win every other category.
Yeah. This is the only
wait,
place that
that's in
Nintendo
family?
games should be.
Yeah.
That said family, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, some moments where it's not very family friendly.
Best Sim Strategy, Final Fantasy Tactics, Jurassic World Evolution, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, which like I'm shocked it got the nod, but I'm glad it did. It's deserving. The Altars and 2 Point Museum.
It's a real shame that Supermarket Simulator didn't make the list.
I know.
That's
Not
what I'm
too
waiting
late.
for.
Is it? I think the game's been out for a while though, right? Like on PC.
Oh, I have no idea. I was just joking.
Yeah. No, for real though.
Yeah.
I've been playing this, dude. We love Supermarket Simulator. Like when they just
No.
had an update recently, and like they changed some of we got more NPCs and all this other stuff. I'm like,
They
yeah,
should
this fucking
a
rocks.
category for simulators. I'm thinking at this point, because there's some really good simulators out there for sure. Like Power Wash would probably make it up there. That's probably the top tier of simulators, and then you got they're making basically like a Bully remake. Did you guys see that? You guys know how
Yeah.
much I love Bully. It's basically Bully, but it looks really bad. But I've been waiting for Bully, so I guess I got to play that.
Yeah. Best sports racing: EA Sports FC26, F125, Mario Kart World Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. It'll
Where's
be
I'm
a,
NASCAR?
really surprised.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
where's
I'm really
NASCAR?
surprised that the Nintendo wheelchair basketball game didn't make the list.
Oh yeah, thank God.
Stop it.
Well, I forget what that one was called.
That's probably why it's not on the list.
What did Undisputed release this year? Or was that last year?
It was early access last year, but I believe it counts for this year on console and the
Okay.
1.0 on PC. So yeah, Undisputed should be up here, but it had some mixed reviews.
Yeah.
They're not listening to the fan base. They're going on. I mean, they're listening about at least the anti-cheat stuff. They're not listening about bots or licensing stuff or the I guess the fatigue from certain punches or the uh, damage that certain punches do and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of dropping.
I mean, this is either going to go to Sonic Racing or Mario Kart.
Yeah, probably
For
Mario
sure.
Kart, but yeah.
Yeah, probably Mario Kart then.
NASCAR was on that list. That would be the shoe in. No, I'm just kidding.
Best multiplayer. This is the only nomination I think for Arc Raiders. So Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction.
I think this is one of the toughest lists there is. You could scratch Elden Ring and Split Fiction off that list for me, but with Arc
Yeah.
Raiders, how popular it is, that's a good contender. Battlefield 6 is obviously a good contender, and Peak is a good contender just because how popular that became.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a big competition there. I think Battlefield 6 like had the like third highest revenue of all time for like opening stretch for a game. Is what I saw a report today on Twitter. I forget like what window that was in. If it was like first week.
I think
or
they
first,
they
like,
they sold
month.
7 million copies in 3 days. I think is what they said.
Yeah, it's crazy. Adaptation. So you got Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell Death Watch, Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn.
I swear to God, if fucking Minecraft wins this shit.
Why is Sonic not on there?
Because there
Didn't it
wasn't
come
a new
out, like,
Sonic
First
this
Sonic
year.
movie?
Sonic
was it?
3 didn't come out this year?
It
That was last year?
Last year, yeah.
Also, wasn't Sonic 3 like ass?
A lot of people liked it. Well, I mean, you put freaking Until Dawn on there. You might as well put Sonic on there. Until Dawn was awful.
Most
I mean,
anticipated.
Or at least the Sonic the Hedgehog show, or the Knuckles show. That was garbage. I don't know about the movie. The third movie.
I didn't see
I don't remember seeing it.
that. I'm sure it was.
I voted for Splinter Cell just so maybe Ubisoft gets the message that people
Yeah.
want Splinter Cell still.
The show was great. The show was freaking awesome.
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
But that deserves to be on there for sure. Yeah, it was really good.
Most anticipated: Witcher 4, Resident Evil Requiem, Wolverine, GTA 6, 007 First Light.
This isn't even a competition. It's GTA 6.
It's
Yeah.
100%. Okay,
And then the rest of the categories no one cares about.
I'm not gonna even mention the other ones. All right, well that's the nominations. I think we all watch for the announcements and stuff. So come hang out with us, and we'll be excited about the announcements. I honestly won't give a shit who wins what. but I will be happy for them if they're happy about it. It's always good to see people happy that they won something. Ultimately, though, I want to see cool new games announced at the Game Awards. So we'll be co-streaming it here on the 11th. So tune in for that. And any other quick thoughts before we get into tidbits, guys? Or are y'all ready to get the fuck out of here? I think so. I can sense
I'm good.
All right. Last segment here.
I'm excited
Oh, okay.
to
3 minutes
see
has something
Jeff
to say. Damn it.
Keighley's. Yeah. I was just gonna say, lastly, I'm excited to see Jeff Keighley's shoes.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turns out he doesn't wear shoes at the show.
What if he wears Crocs?
Fancy sneak. Oh yeah, then I'm turning off the
But
show.
are they in the speed mode or the normal mode?
Speed mode.
What if he wears clown
Jesus.
shoes?
I'm definitely turning off the show.
You know what? You know, they'll be on his feet, so they're automatically clown shoes by default.
Wow.
I won't even say bye. You guys will just see my icon disappear.
And yes, Fuzzy, there's a speed mode on Crocs. You got to flip the little, like some people wear it like
Gotta
on front of
click
their shoe, but if you rotate it back behind your ankle, then it's speed mode because then your shoe won't slide off.
Jasper's wearing Crocs right now. That's how he does.
I'm not. I don't even own any pair.
Just kidding.
All right. This is the last segment. It's called Tidbits, where we look ahead at the games releasing for the week. Thanks, Fuzzy, for setting it up, as always.
This Diver coming to Xbox finally this Thursday for $19.99.
That would be today.
You guys played this?
I have it on Switch, and I've played some of it. I didn't like that I had to worry about my oxygen.
Oh no, I own Dredge on Epic. I don't know if that's what it is.
All right, this next one is Islanders Mobile. Basically coming out today as well on iOS and Android.
Nice.
I believe it's a free-to-play. They don't list a price for it at the moment, but it probably has in-app purchases to go along with it.
Peaceful.
All right, this next one is Kirby Air Raiders coming to Nintendo Switch 2 this Thursday or today for $69.99. So this is a $70
Best racing
game.
game.
Are they trying to do another kart racer type game? Because this is pretty much a kart racer, except you're not using a cart.
Yeah. I guess this is their holdover until they make a new F-Zero.
Kind of fun.
I've never really gave a shit about Kirby.
No. I mean, I like the
Never played
original.
any Kirby game. Well, I think I played maybe one.
Right on, Malik.
This next one is Monsters Are Coming. Rock and Road. This Thursday to Xbox Series S and X and PC. I'm not sure that price is right, but I wrote down $8.99, so I guess it is only $9. Yeah, $9 for this game.
Kind of like the opposite of Ball Pit X. You're kind of like running away.
And Oh, and it's also in Game Pass Ultimate as well as Game Pass PC.
Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes.
Xbox handheld verified.
He's pretty fun.
I feel like we need to get away from it having to need that too. Like every game should just kind of work, you know.
This next one is Prologue. Go way back. Early access on PC or Steam. It normally goes for $19.99, but they have a 10% sale or 10% off sale for $17.99 today. This is made by the PUBG dev.
Is it made by the dev studio now, or was it made by actual Player Unknown? Because it said a Player Unknown production. I'm confused if that's like the dude that made Player Unknown that then got left because they took over his studio, basically.
I think it's Player Unknown, whatever the studio, whoever's left there now, I think. 'Cause I think isn't the studio still called Player Unknown without him?
Yeah, and it's owned by Crafton.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like Firewatch.
Interesting.
Like their logo.
It was 4 lines on a red square.
This next one is Retrace the Light on PC today for $19.99.
Ooh, this looks interesting.
I think I'm starting to know what the fucking problem is with me, guys. Is we've been doing this like 5 years or something, over 5 years, and I've seen way too many fucking game trailers over the last 5 years, and my mind is just melted, and every fucking thing looks the same to me at this point. Like all these like indie games, like I'm like, wow, that looks cool, but I've seen it 100 times. I feel like, even though it's a new game,
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's why I've never really enjoyed too many indie games. It's because once one indie game takes off and does a thing, there's a lot of other indie studios that come out like, oh, we're gonna do the exact same thing.
Which is unlike
Right.
anything you've ever
And
known.
that happens with big game
Never
publishing
thought I'd
too, but
become
like,
one of them. Medkits, bandages.
I swear to
pills,
God, I think my mind is just
stop
fucking
the pain.
fried from getting
The only
excited for
body
any of the
time
things we see in these
in the
videos.
zone. Time is the most precious thing.
All right, for the
The
PlayStation
detective.
cats out there,
Which
Stalker
one
2
do I
is
feel
finally
this
coming to
time?
PS5 today for $59.99.
Once
Great game.
in life,
I need to finish
it's
this.
different
Yes.
here.
I'm like 60% of the way through it.
Especially when you're
Same,
in the
Jasper.
darkness,
I'm pretty
not
far, but
knowing
like I
what
fucking
or who the hell is staring
moved
back.
on at some point. I
Once,
think, I remember why I moved on. I am so over encumbered and I have a really long walk and I don't want to drop anything that I have. And I have a really long way to go and I don't know how to get there, and everywhere I look there's like enemies there, and I like have broken shit and like barely any ammo.
you should give something back.
And
Hey,
I'm
fast
just gonna have
travel
to-
back?
Shows you
No, not when
who
you're
you really
encumbered.
are.
I don't know. For me, I was really into it, and I got to a point where my game was where it broke because a certain cutscene would load, so I couldn't progress. So then I personally had to fucking patch that by downloading a mod, and I fixed that. And I got to another part of the game where a character NPC wouldn't load in, so then I had to fucking download another mod. I'm just like, I just can't do this anymore.
I love this game though, man. It's so good.
Yourself. I didn't choose the zone. The zone chose me. Now, it's your time to choose.
Alright, this next one is Bleach Soul Resonance, coming to iPhone and Android this Friday. Free to play with in-purchase or in-app purchases.
I gotta rewatch. I know new Bleach episodes just came out. I just finished a couple different animes like Solo Leveling, and Bleach is on the list. So maybe I'll check that out. I'm never getting into One Piece though. Oh my god.
Yeah, this next one is One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. I believe this is the remake for the new generation or next generation consoles for PS5, Series X and S, and Switch 2 this Friday for $39.99.
Only way I'll get into One Piece is by watching the Netflix adaptation.
She got a big arm.
Oh, by the way, 3-Bit, your trailer for your show was awesome, man.
Thank you. Yeah, that was it was a lot of work.
So now that trailer's out there and you just kind of like pitched it around to like the studios and stuff, or like the production or publishing
Yeah, pretty
companies
much.
or whatever.
Yeah, it's going through distribution right now. Different studios are fighting for it while I get to sit here and watch you guys with watching One Piece.
Nice.
This next one is a weird one. Terrifier, the arcade game. Coming to PS5 and PC this Friday, $39.99. I'm surprised they didn't have this in time for Halloween, but oh well.
Damn.
Dang.
Oh wow, that's no. I can see that getting our channel banned.
The game is not what I expected. It's like Scott Pilgrim. Looks
A
fun.
very brutal
I
beat 'em up.
actually, yeah, I love beat 'em ups. The arcade.
Oh, speaking of beat 'em ups, Marvel's Cosmic Invasion is going to Game Pass day and date, right? I think I saw that,
Yep.
which is awesome.
I think so.
I seen it pop up on there.
This game here is Constance, coming to PC this Monday for $19.99.
Ah,
Wow, it's another platform.
I
that
haven't
looks like
seen
every
one of
other
these
platform
before.
version.
That's so different and original because you're a fucking witch, I guess.
The twist. Look. There's a twist.
You get a scrapbook now. That's.
Yeah.
Is this Ori? Oh no, is this Hollow Knight? Is this name every other fucking one that looks just like this?
You guys just don't understand.
This is
I
the
mean-
same fucking problem that the goddamn Game Awards had last year when Mario has a fucking purple elephant now, so it's fucking revolutionary. No.
I'm playing that day one. I don't care what you guys say. Day
I'm
one.
sure it's probably fantastic. I'm just saying, like, when I see these games on trailers, I have a hard time getting excited for them because it's like I've seen fucking 1,000 of them, and maybe I can blame
Are you saying
tidbits.
it's
I can fucking blame
is
tidbits.
it a
us doing-
Constance problem, Mav? A Constance problem?
Yeah, it's a constant. I can blame tidbits for us doing this. With how long have we been doing tidbits now? 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
It's like four. I guess
years?
This one is
I don't know.
Play, coming to PS5, Series X and S on PC this Tuesday for $59.99.
Because Tidbits, we see like every game trailer almost for every game that releases. So you really get a perspective of like
Hello,
how many
Samuel.
games come out that look similar, you know.
My name is Ina.
I don't like that.
Isla.
I don't like the way she was staring at me.
It does look fun, Fuzzy. Absolutely, it looks great. I like Metroidvania games. We saw 3 of those games that look exactly the same at the partner preview, though.
Right. This is Pools coming to PS5 and PSVR 2 finally. This is it Tuesday for $19.99.
Ooh,
Although
slide.
if you have a computer and VR, you probably get less over there right now.
You have the ability to make a game, and you just make a game where you walk around the pool.
It's a horror game.
No, there's
Jasper?
floating rubber duckies, Jasper.
This is like the wet version of Backrooms.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
of this game.
I wouldn't be able to play this shit. I'll tell you that. I would be scared. I would be scared just seeing my
I just
hands
hate
floating
how-
in front of me like that.
I just hate how the floor, the wall, and the ceiling are all the same tile and texture.
Because it's all a pool, Jasper.
All right, this is the Wizard of Legend 2 coming to Nintendo Switch this Tuesday. It for once didn't have this game listed just yet or price. The first one was $15.99. It might wind up being about the same for the second one. This is the video for the second one. Yeah.
The art style. Its art style is sick.
I haven't seen
This
this
is-
art
Looks like
style
Hades.
before.
This is like
Yeah, it looks like Hades.
Hades Light or cartoony Diablo.
Yeah, it's like co-op version of Hades, which another game came out just like that, like a couple weeks ago. Into Game Pass. There's a co-op Hades.
Oh, Sworn, I think it is.
Please
Yeah.
consider donating an arcana to my research.
That's what it was. That's right.
What was that? What was it called?
Sworn.
I want a Hades clone. I can't beat Hades, so I might as well get the clones.
It's a Hades clone with co-op.
Co-op?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Sworn. Yeah.
Let's see it.
Could you imagine if all these indie devs had the like muscle of Nintendo, like the first person to ever make like a rogue genre game or something, or a Metroid? You know, like, well, I guess Nintendo did make Metroid. I'm surprised they don't sue every fucking Metroidvania game that comes out.
You just gave them the idea. Wait for it.
Yeah, shit. Where's the? Okay, there it is. Well, that was it, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
What was? Did we just watch? Was there anything good?
The wizard game.
I mean, I'm sure like several of those games are good.
Mhm. I mean, for me, Stalker 2 is the highlight, but I already
Yeah.
played it on Xbox and PC.
Let's
Do you
see,
think
forgot
they're
about
Monsters
a lot of the
coming
games.
back, Rock and Road.
I'm honestly
Bad
going
one.
back to your list in the DMs because I don't remember anything that we watched.
We were kind of talking.
Well,
we
Monsters
were
are coming.
talking shit the whole time, though. To be fair, you know.
Well, the
remember
Monsters
Pools?
are coming back. It's like that ball pit game. So that's coming to Game Pass. So that one I'm definitely going to try out.
I'm just gonna be
And the
honest.
Terrifier arcade, I think I want that, but I'm going to wind up getting it on PC. I don't I'm not playing it on PS5.
I'm gonna be honest. Except for Stalker, I'm gonna forget that every single one of these games exists in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, pools. Ooh,
I'm
remember pools?
Pools. Oh, the VR game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could play it without the VR, or you could pick up a PSVR 2 and play it that way. Although I think on Steam, it's available with and without VR.
The only game I'm gonna remember besides pools, because I just said it just now, is the Wizard game.
The Hades.
That looks
clone.
pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and
because
that's
I
a
can't beat
sequel,
Hades right
like
now.
Hades, so.
Yeah, I mean, that too. But
He's gonna
I
buy
can't
the
beat
second one,
Hades,
play
so
for 10
that's the
minutes,
next
and be like, I gotta go play the first one.
Yeah. So at 3-bit, there's the same game that's
Uh-huh.
not Wizards. It's a different thing. Is in Game
What's
Pass
it
right
called?
now. It's called Sworn.
Yeah.
I'm a download it right now.
It's not. It's. I mean, it might as well be the same thing, right? It's a co-op, 4-player Hades clone.
Feels a little
also came-
slower, funkier, but it's good.
The same game came out in 2004. It's called Legend of Zelda: Four Swords.
What was the other?
I
What was the
mean-
old arcade game where it was almost like Diablo, but also almost
Like Gauntlet?
Hades? Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of Gauntlet during this trailer. That was a good game.
Yeah. Lots of great games. I'm sure some of these are fantastic. No disrespect, but lots of disrespect at the same time. No, I'm just kidding. No disrespect to any of the developers, but yeah, I'm just like getting sick of seeing the same old shit. You know, like fuck. Somebody give me something original, please. And I don't mean original like, hey, this is our game that looks exactly like every other game exists, except this is different.
And then when you come up with something original to add to that, don't make it about you just fucking walking around a pool for 45 minutes. Because that's not fucking fun. No one gives a shit about that. I'm sorry.
Give me something original, like stocking groceries on shelves and having to
that's
order
original.
inventory.
You didn't say no.
Give me something original like that. Or I want to operate a gas station and like be able to fill up cars and charge and say thank you and have a nice day to people. I'm just kidding. Oh fuck. I don't
Actually,
know.
I would play that.
That exists.
That sounds like
there's
a game
about
I'd play.
1,000 games like that. Go.
I have
look
my
up gas
comfort
station
games.
simulator.
Yeah, I would actually play that.
Sorry, I'm sounding super jaded tonight. I just, you know what it is? I know what happened. I was playing Arc Raiders yesterday, and I was getting
Had a bad
like,
run.
bored. I was getting bored playing solo a little bit because I didn't have like any like Bob wasn't on or Pong wasn't on, and nobody was on, and so like I ran into a guy during one match, and I was like, okay, this was pretty good. So we actually he sent me a friend request. And it was just random, and then we ended up doing a duo run together, right? And then we did like 2 runs. It was going okay. Like he was kind of newer to the game, so I was kind of like walking him through stuff, trying to help him do some things. And then we ran into a third guy, and then he was like, "Hey, my partner just left or whatever," and it was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey, man, you want to join up with me and this other dude because we're running together? You seem cool, whatever." So then I started running with him too. So we're running 3 people. Well, if you guys, I don't know if you guys know how Arc Raiders is, but like, you know, I generally try and be like friendly with people and try and be friendly and like the randoms and like, you know, operate in that way unless they betray me first. Well, as these 2 guys that didn't know each other, I didn't know them previously, as they connected together, also, the toxicity started coming out. And they wanted to just go be assholes to lots of people. And I wasn't used to playing that way. So they wanted to be super toxic. So they're going around and, you know, we're befriending people, then betraying them, doing all this shit. and they're talking some mad shit. So then I was like, so I start talking mad shit too, you know, because I'm a follower, not a leader. And I start getting all toxic and stuff. And then I start doing shit. I even put a mine on the extraction thing after we told somebody we were being friendly. I was like, hey guys, we're here to help you, because they were in trouble. We're here to help you. And then they're like, all like, thanks man, I'm just showing my two friends how to play. And then they go to the extract. Well, little did they know I had planted a mine on the extraction thing. And then they got electrocuted, and I threw a grenade at them. And then somehow they ended up winning the fight still, because the other two guys were both drunk that I was with.
What's this story have to do with?
and anyway, that
What does that have to
happened.
do with tidbits?
And I was like talking shit, and I got into this toxic mode. And I think it's permeating through today. Cause like I'm feeling like jaded about all these fucking trailers and stuff. I'm like talking about like all this shit. And I think their toxicity rubbed off on me.
Like you turn it, you're like slowly turning into a Sith, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
That's
like,
how you snipe somebody off that drone.
yeah, that was okay. I had to do that, right? I had to do that. But yeah, it's fucking like, yeah, I was like talking mad shit last night. Yeah, like the guy was like, "Hey man, because I was alone fighting the guys as they were both down, and one was like, "Hey, tell that guy his mom's a hoe." So I was like, "Okay, hey man, your mom's a fucking hoe," and I'm like, "I don't ever do that. That's not me. It's not me, but that's who I became last night." And I think I'm trying to wash it off, and it's still here tonight on the show. I'm just like feel jaded watching these trailers. I'm like, these trailers suck. All these fucking developers' moms are hoes. I don't know, man.
I
You
give
gotta
art creators
join
like
a clan
another.
or look for. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I give art creators like another 2 weeks to a month, and then no one's gonna be friending each other anymore in that game.
Oh yeah. It's already started to go that way. Like you'll have your good runs where you have everybody being like that, but you still got to be on guard, and then you'll have like 5 in a row where it's just like, I'm doing my quest, and like bam, you get shotgun from behind or something out of nowhere, you know. But it's fun as hell. Still love it.
I played a little
It's
bit of
fun.
it. It's like
Dark Stone.
it's so cinematic. The times I played, I felt like I was in a movie. I was talking to Fuzz about it. Like it's great. I want to play it some more.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for hopping on the show tonight. Everybody in the chat, you guys rock. Thanks for watching tonight. Sorry about last week's show, and sorry that this one went so long. It's what happens when you try and cram 2 shows into one, I guess. But Fuzzy Belvedere, thanks for being here, bro. Tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
As always, love doing this podcast with you guys. Glad we were all here. Sorry for being late, but
you're good, man.
Doing stuff behind the scenes. But for all those who want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming related, just follow me on social media. Do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere. You'll be able to find me. And also for horror fans out there, Fright Night with Ferocious Feet on Friday. We're finally going to review Sinners, and it's probably going to be a split panel. 2 people like it, and probably 2 people don't like it so much. But it is what it is.
It was okay.
Yeah. But,
I love it.
yeah, it should be a fun show tomorrow night. But other than that, play some games, clear that backlog. 2026 is going to be more compact or more packed than 2025 was, so start making room now.
Right on, man. Oh, thanks, Fuzz. Jasper, what about you, sir?
Yo, Lord Jasper Twitter. I kept the firearms out this night, so we will have a show.
Nice.
But other than that, yeah, all that fun stuff. Lord Jasper Twitter, and then Thursdays right here should be good for about another month or so. Actually, probably to the end of January, because I'll go on weekends in January, and then you'll lose me in February. So
okay,
at least until February. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have Pong back by then. We'll see. But yeah, it's cool, man. I'm glad to have you on for that extended period of time. We will be next Thanksgiving was next week. Yeah, we won't have a show next week because it will be Thanksgiving. But yeah, so see everybody in 2 weeks. 3-bit. Hey, thanks for your accidental appearance on the show tonight. Super happy having you here, bro.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome. So you guys can find me in the bluest of skies. I'm figuring. So my computer is wrecked right now. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do, like, whether to just fix this computer or invest in a new one for Pixelated Echoes. We'll have to figure out. Right now, I am just doing stuff through my phone and other in my laptop and stuff like that. So keep you guys updated on that. But in the meantime, you guys can definitely check out the trailer to my show, Bad Heroes, starring Funny Marco as Austin. Yeah, check it out. It was basically I disappeared for many months because I was working on that trailer, and now it's out. So go check it out. Tell me what you guys think, and see you guys on the next one.
Right on, man. Yeah, go check out the Bad Heroes trailer. It is on YouTube. I had retweeted it the other day. It's cool seeing that, dude, because I know you've been working at that for a long time. So, and hopefully more good things happen with it after the reveal. So, but we will, like I said, we'll be back in like 2 weeks. I will probably still be game streaming Arc Raiders or whatever else. So I don't know when, but tune in for the random Arc Raiders or whatever else streams. And until then, we'll be back, I guess, in December. So have a good one, everybody. Take it easy. Peace.
Bye.